From the bayou to the plains, the LSU-Auburn matchup has moved the earth and raised fire to the sky. The Bayou Bengals come touting a new coach in Nick Saban. The hope, restore the roar of a once proud program. LSU must figure out a way to stop the Auburn running game. Rudy Johnson has the Auburn faithful believing and reminiscing of Auburn ball carriers past. Tigers taking the field here before a jam-packed house of over 85,000 at Jordan-Hare Stadium. They are prepared to see their Tigers go 3-0. But on the other side of the field, as they face off tonight against the LSU Tigers with their new head coach, Nick Saban, they too trying to go 3-0 on this young 2000 season. Two proud programs trying to rank themselves. Hello once again, Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried. And Mike, the quarterback situation, we talked so much about Ben Leard last week. With this week with LSU, Josh Booty is listed as #1, but the other guy, Mr. Davey, is right behind him. A little bit of a controversy.
Yeah, I think, Ron, they're not sure about Josh Booty yet. He won the job, played well in the first 2 ball games. He threw 19 interceptions last year. He's thrown 2 this year. Rohan Davey is sitting on the sideline. He had an excellent game against Western Carolina. They didn't get him into the game last week. They want to get him into the game tonight.
Rudy Johnson, the story has been told and told again. Hey, the offensive linemen are now smiling when they come to practice. They can't wait to get out in front of this guy. He has really turned this team this year.
Well, he has. It's given him an attitude. Run, Rudy, run. In the offensive line, receivers, everybody's bought into it. But Ben Laird would like to throw the ball a little bit more, and I think he's going to get his chance tonight. That running game at Ole Miss that they had last week should open up the passing game tonight.
Tommy Tuberville in his second year here on the Plains. His team is going to receive. LSU won the toss, but they have deferred until the second half. And the weather, folks, it's supposed to go into the 50s tonight, which it will just be a glorious evening. You can see no clouds in the sky in that direction or in any direction for that matter. Very low humidity. Kessler has the ball teed, and Robinson and Carter are the 2 deep men for the Auburn Tigers as we prepare to get this one underway. Carter goes down to one knee, 5 yards deep in the end zone, so they will scrimmage from the 20. And let's go to the sideline and check in with Adrian Karsten.
All right, Ron, as Ben Lard comes out to start with the Auburn offense, you need to know that honestly he's feeling a bit on edge tonight for reasons Mike Gottfried just outlined. Yes, he knows and admits to me earlier on that as long as Rudy can run the ball, yes, we're going to hand it off to him. But he's a quarterback and wants to throw the ball more. Any quarterback would. Remember, Ben Laird's biggest career night, one of his biggest, came in this game last year against LSU, over 300 yards passing. He really feels like he wants to throw the ball more tonight, even begging his coaches to do so.
So Adrian, on first down, he does throw. Slip screen out in the flat to Daniels. And Daniels is going to take it out close to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of almost 9 before Lionel Thomas made the tackle. Ben Laird, the senior, Hartwell, Georgia. We know his career, but if you don't, tough start when he was a youngster. Lost his position, but came back. Rudy Johnson, along with Heath Evans, great all-around fullback, had a really good game last week. Daniels, Worthy, and Diamond, the receivers. And we'll check that offensive front after this play. There's a good look at Rudy, a junior out of Ettrick, Virginia, 5'10", 230 pounds. And they throw a quick screen. This one to Clifton Robinson, breaks a tackle, takes it out across the 35 to the 37. Ryan Clark will make the stop. And here are those offensive starters on the front line. And I said they're having fun. Simmons, McGarry, Nowlin, Fusillo, and Sears. And who do they go up against tonight,
Ron,
Mike?
they'll have the biggest problem with Jarvis Green, number 59. He's the pass-rushing defensive end for LSU.
And keep in mind, 85, Kyle Kipps, this time last year, was a tight end. They had such a surplus there. They needed his athletic ability on the defensive side of the ball. First down, linebackers stay at home. Rudy Johnson's first carry, and you see he just moves the pile. LSU Defensively, this is the way they go with the linebackers, Lawrence, Falk, and James. All very speedy. They can run, and they will hit you. In the secondary, Booker, he's the veteran and the best cover guy. Hookfin on the other side, and Clark and Lionel Thomas are the safeties. Second down and 7. This time they come with a blitz. Johnson hit at the line of scrimmage, and that's the way you got to tackle him. You got to go at him low. If you go from the waist up, you better bring some extra poundage or muscle because he'll take you with him. Kipps along with Barnes combining on the tackle for LSU. Third down. Line to make is up to the 47. Leard from the shotgun. Blitz right up the middle. Gets his pass away, and he just throws that one away. Over the head of Rudy Johnson. And it was Lavalette coming on the rush. Chad, a freshman from Marksville, Louisiana.
Well, Ron, it looks like the strategy for Auburn is to spread out LSU's defense. Not many plays in the eye in this first series, and I think you'll see him the next series go back to the eye backfield and bring Heath Evans into the game.
Duvall to punch. You see his average almost 45 yards per kick. Davis is the deep man, number 31 for the LSU Tigers. Good high coverage kick, lazy wobbling spiral. Fair catch called for and is made at the 20. 37 yards in the kick and nothing on the return. Josh Moody gets the start at quarterback, and I just get the feeling in visiting with the coaches this week that if he gets off to a poor start, that Rohan Davey will be in the ballgame. Tofield, fine redshirt freshman tailback, runs hard. Tommy Banks got everything that you want in a fullback. He is a tough customer. Myers and Robinson on the outside. 3 great-looking tight ends. Robert Royal gets the start. Josh Moody, the former professional baseball player, now back in college in his second year as a quarterback. Sets, throws long, and has a man at just over the outstretched hands of Josh Reed. So the offensive line, Winey on the left side, probably the best of the group. Lewis Williams, 24 straight starts for him. Compton, Pierce, and Brad Smalley. Who do they face tonight?
Well, Auburn is questionable on the defensive line, but watch DeMarco McNeil, number 92. He really played well against Ole Miss.
2 tight ends this time as Joe DiMaggio, number 87, checks in. He's a huge one at 6'6", 265 pounds. On 2nd and 10. Booty drills it, has it complete, tries to spin off the tackle as Robinson, but he will not get away from Rodney Creighton, and he'll be shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down. The Auburn linebackers, Brown, Alex Lincoln was simply all-world last week against Ole Miss, and Rob Pate. And in the secondary, 2 excellent corners, Kasher and Creighton. The safeties, Simmons and Rashad Walker. LSU, as you can see, needs to take it to the 31-yard line, and they give it to the man at the top of the eye, and Tofield will go nowhere as McNeil, the guy that Mike was just talking about, is there to spoil the opening series for the LSU Tigers.
Well, I talked to defensive line coach Don Dunn, and he said this kid has great potential. DeMarco McNeil just needs to work a little bit harder in practice, but he's a gamer.
Listen to this crowd, a standing ovation for the defensive unit, and well, they should. That was an excellent opening series. Donnie Jones, an average of just over 40 per kick, will kick it away to Clifton Robinson. Each team with a possession, each team with a punt. Left footer, end over end, returnable, but it's so short that Robinson has to run away with it. Now it takes a huge LSU bounce and will go dead inside the 24-yard line. So aesthetically, it was not beautiful, but great results. A 47-yard punt. We'll be right back.
Briefcase.
Need new tires? Our 35,000-mile tires are 4 for just 99 bucks. Pep Boys, one more reason cars like us, people love us.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac.
Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac.
I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
To all the new e-businesses just getting started, why not talk to the company that's pioneered the business-to-business revolution on the web? One whose experience in e-commerce has become a model for doing business on the internet. One who can help you achieve the same success with your e as we have with ours. Dell knows how e works. Visit Dell.com.
Dell e-Business servers use Intel Pentium 3 Xeon processors.
Our flight's delayed.
Oh, come on. Collect.
Hey, kid, dial 1-800-COLLECT and you'll save Mom at least $1 or $2.
$1 or $2?
She'll love that.
You're cute. You're coming with us.
1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
This weekend, Enterprise Rent-A-Car announces special low rates from just $9.99 a day. Friday till Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Any flavor you can dream up, Sonic can make into an old-fashioned float or creamy smooth flurry drink. Choose from a cool Sonic float or one-of-a-kind Sonic flurry drink. Like a float, only blended. Try new peach or your favorite flavor, now just 99 cents each. Only at Sonic.
No score. Auburn gets the ball for the second time tonight, and some of the overflow up on the area, the winding staircase that goes up to the east side of the stands. And part of the capacity house here, fun place to watch football.
Ron, you'll see Heath Evans in the ball game now. I think they'll settle down a little bit more, go to the eye now.
Both quarterbacks 1 of 2 for 9 yards on their first series. They stretch it. Here's Johnson. Almost to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9. It's Barnes who was out there to put the hit on him.
When you give him a lead blocker now, he is dangerous. And Heath Evans, the fullback, who's 6', 250, he leads him on that zone play. Rudy Johnson's 230 pounds, so you got 2 loads coming at you.
One of the things that was very evident last week, Mike, he may not look like he's moving quite so quickly, but you see more people with bad angles on him, so obviously he is a lot speedier than people think. Now they throw that slip screen again. Daniels gets the block, has 10, and is going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 12.
Mistake by Hookfin because he lets him outside. You can't let him outside. Ronnie Daniels had a slow night last week, and they're trying to get him involved in the plan. But you see, Hookfin, he gets hooked inside, and Daniels picks up too much yardage.
They take him out of the ball game.
Yeah.
He is
that was a mistake
right now.
They'll tell him that.
Robert Davis, number 9, a junior out of Shreveport, comes in at that right cornerback down at the bottom of your screen to replace Hookfin. This one dead from the get-go as they were going to run a little counter tray.
Looked like some movement in the offensive line.
Kendall Simmons, I believe, yeah.
Foul was a dead ball. False start. One of the offensive linemen, 5 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
Doyle Jackson, the referee. Of course, it is an SEC crew. We're about to go under 10 minutes in this opening quarter. And both teams kind of feeling each other out. But right now, Auburn looks at a 1st and 15 from their own 36-yard line. Laird from the shotgun this time. Gives it to the big fullback, Evans. Crowd likes him. He's such a hard worker. In fact, both of these fullbacks have a lot in common. But Heath catches the ball well. The quick opener, the quick trap play, they ran it last week into it. They had great success.
He's had 30 yards in that ball game. Now mostly belly.
2nd and 9 at the 42.
The junior out of West Palm broke a bone in his foot. Year before last, came back from that and continued to work very hard and has maintained a position as a starter. Picks up the blocking well that time. Pass is complete to Worthy, and now he's going to be pushed back inside the 45-yard line.
Ron, what I like most about Ben Laird, he doesn't make many mistakes. He's only had one interception in the last 204 passing attempts come to this ball game. So he knows where to throw the ball, and he's accurate. And he likes this game plan because they're opening with a pass-first mentality.
Talked to Noel Mazzoni day before yesterday. As you look at this one interception in his last 204 attempts, there's Noel on the sideline, and he said just the biggest thing is he had bad reads again last week. He just needs more consistency out of him. This time under centers. They continue to change things about to give LSU something to guess about. And a short toss right over the middle is going to be 2 yards shy of the first down to Robinson.
Now, Auburn is 4 out of 4 in fourth down conversions. They may go for this. This early in the ball game, Tommy Tuberville went for a 4th and 3 last week on his own 25-yard line, so I figure he's going to go for this.
Well, I see number 87, Robert Johnson, the big freshman tight end, 6'6", 254, checking in. They'll go 2 tight end alignment. Keith Evans, number 44, is there. Now let's see. Are they going to run the play or try to draw him offside?
Trying to draw him offside.
Yep, that's exactly what they had up their sleeve. And LSU very disciplined. Nobody moved at the line of scrimmage.
I'd punt this football if I was Tommy Tuberville.
Well, we'll talk more about it in just a moment. 7:58 left in this opening quarter.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance, and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
Okay, everyone, think always on, fast internet connections. Data, is video ready?
She's a huge file, but downloading fast.
Great trip. Oh, I don't feel so compressed.
Nice. What about voice?
I'm coming.
Okay, everyone, on 3.
Now there's a new kind of internet company called Rhythms that keeps you a step ahead. Rhythms DSL over a Cisco-powered network gives you always-on, ultra-fast access, so you won't miss a beat. Rhythms, it's where internet connections are moving.
You know me? Probably not. In my daily life, I like to be recognized. Hi. When I shop on the internet, I prefer a little privacy, which is why I use the American Express card. With private payments, I get the security of a unique number created for each purchase I make. It's just one of the ways American Express helps me protect my identity online. And soon they'll even help me surf the net anonymously, giving me the recognition I'm looking for. None. American Express. Don't leave home pages without it.
Arkansas is in overdrive, but will it be enough to counter the balanced attack of Alabama? Alabama versus Arkansas at 9, next Saturday on ESPN2.
ESPN's presentation of primetime college football is brought to you by Buick and your local Buick dealers. And by Sonic, America's drive-in. The Mellow Mushroom in Auburn, Alabama. No score, 4th down, and a decision for the Auburn Tigers. How about this, Mike? Trying to confuse LSU defensively. 6 times under center for Ben Laird and 4 from the shotgun.
Yeah, we'll get into that, what they did against Ole Miss last week here in a second. But here's what Tommy Tuberville's doing. He's holding his punting team over here so that LSU has to keep their defensive team on the field. Regular defense and not their punt return team. I think this is a good decision. It's too early in this ball game.
Dominic Davis, number 31, goes back on a single safety. This is Duval. Pressure on him. A driving spiral. Davis runs away from it, but Auburn has a man right there and will touch it dead at the 3.5-yard line. That's Timmy Carter.
And that's why you punt the football. Just place Josh Moody and his offense in the hole.
Let's check in on the sideline with Adrian Karsten. Adrian.
Ron, in speaking with Josh Booty, the LSU quarterback, before kickoff earlier today, he admitted that maybe sooner rather than later, the patience of his coaching staff and the LSU football fans may run out. He's a very conscientious guy, but he says, look, I've made a lot of money as a pro baseball player, but now I need how to learn to lead a college football team. He says, this isn't going to be my last chance to start tonight, but I've got to hold on to my job.
Rohan Davey on the sideline. They don't list him as number 2. They list him as 1A behind Josh Booty. Straight ahead. Good hit by the linebacker on Tofield as Thomas got some leather on him, but he'll pick up about 3 yards. Interesting in talking with Josh the other day, Mike, on our conference call, that he said if he had it to do over again, he would have tried to have played professional baseball and football at the same time.
Yeah, he enjoyed his baseball, but he's really said he has the time of his life here in the LSU.
Second down at about 5.5. Tofield again. This youngster runs hard, and he's close to the first down. However, from where the linesman's coming in across the way, got to spot him at the 13 as Rob Pate will make the tackle.
Ron, last year, Josh Booty threw 19 interceptions, 7 touchdown passes. Now, that was what everybody was concerned about. Now, he has to be able to be like Ben Laird on the other side, not throw it to the other team. Thrown 2 interceptions this year.
Third down, you can see they have a very short distance to go. Tofield puts the head down, and he's going to have the first down. McNeil is on top of him, but Thomas is down underneath that stack. Number 54, the redshirt freshman out of Perry, Georgia.
Tofield is a hard runner, Ron. He came in here averaging almost 4 yards a carry.
Banged up his knee his senior year, didn't play then, did not play his freshman year because he was redshirted. So, Mike, how much does that hurt a kid? They hadn't.
Well, you want to get back in a rhythm. He likes being back playing now.
And watching video from the Houston game, he likes to put his head down and run hard. 4 carries for 10 as the quick screen comes out complete to Reed. And Reed is going to be tripped up close to the first down. In fact, from where they've marked it, he will have the first down at the 27.
Josh Booty would like to lead his LSU team, take some time off this clock, keep Rudy Johnson on the sideline, and nobody has thrown the ball deep down the field. Everybody's starting out about the same game plan.
Well, now they're going to bring it in, and from the linesman I was looking at, they're about a yard behind that. So let's see what the chain said. Now I'm not so sure. Josh Reed, by the way, number 25, a converted tailback to wide receiver, and you can see LSU only needs inches to pick up the first down. Well, tomorrow at 11 Eastern, Chris Berman and the gang with Week 3 of ESPN NFL Countdown. Then at 7:30 NFL Prime Time, the league's ultimate highlight show with 1 full hour of great plays, scores, and analysis. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.
Where I think LSU will really do well tonight is with the tight ends, because I really feel that Auburn has some outstanding cornerbacks. And tight ends matched against safeties tonight would benefit LSU.
You were looking at Robert Royal, big number 86, a senior from New Orleans. DiMaggio, we gave you his dimensions at 6'6", almost 260. Play action, reverses it out. Everybody's covered, going to go long. This guy is not covered, and the ball is caught, and that's Reed, the man we were just talking about. Breaks a tackle, and he will score from 75.
Josh Booty did the right thing, Ron. He had Robert Royal open for about 15 yards, but he had the home run, Josh Reed. Larry Casher must have looked at the tight end, felt like he was going to throw the ball at tight end because he squatted on Josh Reed, and he ran right by him.
Corbello to attempt the extra point. John, a sophomore out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Good pass and the kick. Got it. Let's take a timeout. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in his opening quarter. And from 75 yards away, Josh Reed breaks the tackle and is going to take it the distance for the score. Larry Casher gambled and lost.
It's
Gilmore Ford's Summer Sell Down. The two-door Explorer is an invoice with a $1,000 rebate and interest as low as 3.9%. The four-door model comes with $1,500 cash back. Summer Sell Down. The 2000 Taurus is yours for as little as 3.9% with $1,000 cash back. Winstars have financing as low as 0.9% and a $1,000 rebate. All remaining Crown Vics are an invoice with a $1,500 rebate. Summer Sell Down. Gilmore Ford, under the same ownership for 37 years. East Main, Prattville.
Come to work each day, and I just automatically know that my gas is there, and that's one area I don't have to worry about. In my baking, I get a better product. It gives me what I'm looking for. With a chef, that is very important. So many recipes or whatever call for high heat, medium, and low. I couldn't even imagine coming in and not having gas, the natural gas to work with.
Get ready for a magical night when the Ravens fly south to battle the Fins as Miami retires the jersey of superstar quarterback Dan Marino. It's the Ravens versus the Dolphins at 8:30 on ESPN Sunday Night Football. It's football after dark.
This Tuesday, AL wildcard rivals come face-to-face. Nomar at the plate, Pedro on the mound. In a crucial showdown against Fryman, Tomei, and the Tribe. Indians, Red Sox, Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
5:35 left in this opening quarter, and there's the man, Josh Reed, the freshman we were just talking about.
Ron, he beat Larry Casher, a very good cornerback, on an out-and-up move. You're going to see it right here. Now, Josh Booty fakes. Now comes, there's the out move, and Larry Casher bit on the out move. Now he's just trying to get back on Josh Reed, and he doesn't go for the football, doesn't try to tackle, and he really lost Josh Reed for that touchdown pass.
I said freshman. He's actually a sophomore from Rayne, Louisiana. And Mike, when we look at that replay again, watch Tommy Banks come back in and protect the backside for his quarterback and allow him to have time, the extra time, to get that long pass away.
Tommy Banks is a fullback that hardly ever carries the football. He's a good blocker.
He's gained 20 pounds. He was 275 now. Carter going to return it from 3 yards deep. Good coverage by the LSU special teams. He won't make the 20.
In talking to the Auburn coaches, they were really concerned about their young football team. They got 25 guys that are either freshmen or redshirt freshmen, and they were worried about the focus this week because the last week, the Ole Miss game and all the surrounding things that were happening to Tommy Tuberville, he was concerned, and all the coaches were, whether they were mentally here this week. And Larry Casher just showed you that's a mistake he usually doesn't make.
It's Carter to the top of your screen, the speedster out of St. Petersburg, Florida. We saw him on end-arounds and reverses several times last week against Ole Miss. They'll keep it on the ground with Rudy Johnson, and he will pick up a couple before he is forced out of bounds. Adrian, what do you have for us?
Son, once again this week, this is week 3, week 4 of the opportunity while you're watching the football game at home. Pull out your computer and log on to ESPN.com, keyword Ask Adrian. You can actually suggest reports that may cover throughout the game. Been very successful so far, Ron, I'm happy to say this week. A lot of questions about the mascot or mascots here at Auburn. Another great tradition in the city of Auburn, Alabama. Hope to get to all of it later tonight. ESPN.com, Ask Adrian.
Ask Adrian. We'll get to it, my friend. Laird's pass, zings it complete, just short of the first down. That's Tim Carter. Carter is a man I mentioned last week against Ole Miss. We saw him with end-arounds and also reverses. Is a guy that they love to get the football in his hands. He dropped a few last year. But boy, once he gets it, the burden is on the defense. Rudy Johnson, very close to the first down. That's Jeremy Lawrence, a sophomore out of Faraday, Louisiana.
They tried a lot of different ways to get Rudy Johnson the ball last week. A lot of different blocking schemes. And LSU had time to look at that this week. You always practice against what you've seen them do.
Noel Mazzoni offensive coordinator for Auburn, pacing the sidelines as Johnson gets the ball, fumbles, picked up and recovered by LSU, and that's Fogg. Trevor Fogg, a sophomore from Lafayette.
Auburn looks like a team that wasn't focused this week. Tommy Tuberville's biggest fears are coming to fruition. Rudy Johnson gets the hand on no.
He threw it
didn't
to
get the hand off.
You know,
Ben Laird, an uncommon mistake there. He was too far away from it. Now, Rudy Johnson could have taken a wider angle on the play. You don't know. But the quarterback's best not to try to get the football to him, just run and follow.
Yeah, because the pitch is always, if you're going to do that, heart to heart, not from there. Two tight end alignment for the LSU Tigers. They have a golden opportunity. Tokyo right up the middle, runs into the back of Williams, one of his blockers. Going to be stopped at the 20-yard line, a gain of a couple.
Ron, on that touchdown pass that Josh Reed caught, Robert Royal was wide open, so they'll come back to the tight end.
Well, last week to open the Houston game and watching that video, their first two touchdowns went to the two tight ends, Royal and also DiMaggio.
When you get the running game going and you have two tight ends like Royal and DiMaggio, you have the ability to run crossing routes and get misdirection.
Henderson to the 26, a freshman out of Opelousas, checks in at tailback. It's Henderson in motion, and now Booty's going to turn and call a timeout. He was about to get a 5-yard penalty for delay. So we'll take a break. 3:30 remaining, opening quarter. LSU on top 7-0, and they are threatening again following the turnover. We'll be right back.
All right. Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I figured out how to link up 23 Bradleys, 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, 4 medevac units, and 7,000 troops on the move. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
When you've got to get rid of the flakes and chill your head. Head and Shoulders Refresh. Lose the flakes and chill.
I see her the same time almost every day. She's always there waiting for me. I bring her lunch up to her apartment and I sing Italian love songs to her.
Philip Morris provides grants to Meals on Wheels programs so that thousands of seniors can have a hot meal and a visitor. Philip Morris and Meals on Wheels are fighting more than just hunger among the elderly. We're fighting loneliness. Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
Welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. Ron Franklin, Mike Gottfried, and Adrian Karsten, along with a very talented group of ESPN professional technicians. Situation, second down. They have just recovered an Auburn fumble, and you can see they have it at the Auburn Tiger 20. Quick screen coming out to Reed, and he will take it inside the 15-yard line to the 13. Not quite enough for the first down. Lincoln on the stop.
Again, nice short throws for Josh Booty right here. Hit the long pass to Josh Reed, and Josh Booty right now is settled down. He's had the benefit of good field position.
Is this defensive stop right here?
It's big because Auburn is not, in this first quarter, they are not playing with a lot of focus.
That's Royal in motion. Booty, bootleg, the 10. He will go out of bounds. It'll be first and goal to LSU at about the 7.5-yard line.
That's what Houston had problems with LSU last week because Josh Booty is a pretty good athlete, evidenced by the fact he played baseball. But faking to the tailback, rolling out, trying to get the tight end, not there. Run the football, first down again. Auburn's defense not staying at home.
Here are the numbers on the Tigers inside the 20. 6 of 9, 5 touchdowns, and 1 field goal on this new season. Tofield, left side, grabbed by the ankles again. It's Alex Lincoln on the stop.
In our conversation with Josh Booty this week on the phone, he said, I've never been as prepared for a football game as I've prepared for Auburn. And it looks like it. And he said he really enjoyed football, and I know how important this game is to Jimbo Fisher.
You know, I was going to say,
quarterback coach.
Jimbo is a quarterback coach. He used to be here in Auburn on the staff here. There's a good look at Jimbo. You can tell by Booty's conversation, he really likes this guy.
And he wants to win this football game for him.
Yep. 2nd down and goal. Tofield weaves his way. Good tight defense at the 5. Pounds was the first man to get there to him. And that's going to be a tough task between the tackles to run against Auburn inside the 10.
But what that does, Ron, it opens up those bootlegs. And Josh Booty on the outside, the misdirection plays. Would not be surprised right now. They come right back to rolling Josh Booty out.
Well, the guy who's been their Achilles tonight is Josh Reed, number 25, the converted tailback. Let's keep an eye on him as well. Reed has already got 3 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and goal. They roll the pocket. Going to have to hurry. Just throws it out of the back of the end zone. That was a smart thing to do. Excellent coverage on the part of Auburn. It was Torber, Reggie Torber, number 82, the redshirt freshman, with the pressure.
Josh Booty didn't want to force anything in there. Wants to get the opportunity to kick the field goal. Pretty good defensive series for Auburn.
John Corbello, a 22-yard attempt, and this ball is sitting squarely in the middle of the field. It's Josh Booty, the holder. Good pass, and he splits him. So with 1:16, the clock continues to run down to 1:15 left in this opening quarter. A shock here on the Plains as far as the Auburn faithful are concerned, as they are behind by a count of 10-0.
Ron, Ben Laird has not played up to his standards in the first 3 ball games, and that fumble, I think it was solely his mistake there. You just do not flip the ball out. Even if the tailback does not take the right angle, you do not throw this football out. You follow the Rudy Johnson in there. Rudy Johnson never had a chance. Ben Laird really has to play a lot better for this Auburn football team.
5 of 6, 36 yards, but the glaring thing is just what Mike was talking about, that fumble that was caused by a bad mistake by Ben. Later tonight over on ESPN2 at Southern Mississippi, battling number 13 Alabama. Freddie Millens and the Crimson Tide will have their hands full with the Golden Eagles. Kickoff slated for 9 Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet.
Mazzoni, the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator, said he was going to take some things off Ben Laird this week. A little concerned about how he's been playing.
We'll look at number 5. That's Robinson. Tim Carter is the other deep man with him as Kessler kicks it off for LSU. Line drive. Picked up by Carter. Across the 20, now the 25. Damian James, his 2nd tackle on special teams for LSU tonight.
Ron, last week, a lot of different ways they blocked to get Rudy Johnson outside. Here's Robert Johnson, the tight end. He comes back in, watch him crack the outside defensive end. That opened up Rudy Johnson. So that's what LSU watched all week, the different schemes to get Rudy Johnson outside. So now you wonder what Auburn's going to show them that they haven't seen.
Play action by Laird. Pass thrown late, and I'll tell you, Fred Booker, he tipped it. If Fred had stayed on his feet, he would have known that thing was coming up slowly. He might have picked it off.
That was late, Ron. Last week, let's look at the play selection for Auburn last week. When Ben Laird was under center, 53 runs and only 4 passes, 3 play action. When he's in the shotgun last week, no runs. So LSU knows when he's in the shotgun, they're going to expect him to throw the football.
under center 9 times, 6 from the shotgun tonight as he throws that one quickly just across the 25. It's McIntyre, Jerish, a freshman out of Tampa, Florida.
They look like, to me, they're sleepwalking. I mean, I've seen teams go through this, but I just don't see any emotion out of Auburn. They're not crisp in what they're doing. Now, LSU has a lot to do with that.
But the LSU Tigers appear to be totally focused.
Totally
focused,
here tonight. Ready to come in here for a win.
Could be the last play of the opening quarter. Here comes the blitz off the corner, lobs the pass, one-on-one. Daniels makes the catch just across midfield. That'll move the sticks.
Ron, when you press cover Ronnie Daniels or any receiver, that's Robert Davis, number 9. You can expect to fade because all other routes are off. Now you just release outside, fade, and the ball's going to be thrown up for you, and you got to get up there and make the catch. Ronnie Daniels, 2 catches already tonight against Robert Davis.
Clock is running at 4, now at 3. Didn't get it off. That is the end of the first quarter. So let's take a timeout. LSU shocking the Auburn Tigers in his opening 15 minutes, taking advantage of a turnover after a 75-yard touchdown pass to Josh Reed from Josh Booty. We'll have more from Auburn right after this.
ESPN's 2-Minute Drill, Mondays at 7, hosted by Kenny Mayne.
Nikita Selovalnikov, lane 7, Hans Meyer, lane 8, Kenny Dunkel.
Now anyone can get into the Olympic Games. Sydney 2000 from IDOS Interactive.
She stopped breathing. I think we are losing her.
Is there nothing we can do?
I'm a human cannonball, not a doctor.
Hey, Mr. Tool Belt, why don't you change your oil every 3,000 miles? And remember, women know when you lie. Look, missing an oil change is like giving a woman a vacuum cleaner for her birthday. You know better. Come on, consider the risk. This is reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Can you say insurance? Because I could say I told you so. Reformulated Quaker State. It's been tested. It works. What more do you need to know?
Norman!
Yes, Mother.
What is this?
It's pizza, Mother.
Half cheese and half pepperoni?
Half for you and half for me. Just the way we like it.
So, someone delivered this pizza. You know what happens when we have visitors.
It's not delivery, Mother.
Don't lie to me, boy!
No, Mother. It's DiGiorno.
Our new half-and-half pizza keeps everyone in the family happy. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
Such a good boy.
Yes, Mother.
Hey, Steve. Throw me a Miller Lite. 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 Toss me the remote. Hey, peanuts. Oh.
Grab the unbreakable plastic bottle from Miller Lite.
I'm such a klutz.
I'm Dan.
It's Miller time.
I'm okay.
Now there's more reasons than ever to join AOL.
If I knew it was this easy, I would have started a long time ago.
There's an 800 number that you can call 24 hours a day.
On AOL, your privacy and security are always protected. There's no better time to join. America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Daniels, 3 catches tonight for Auburn, 44 yards. In his first 3 games, he had 3 for 72. But Mike, to me, the big number, Johnson. 5 carries, only 11 first quarter yards.
Yeah, they got to get him off.
Here's that handoff. Turns it, gets the shoulder squared. And that should be a late hit out of bounds right there on number 11, Brady James, who came in on the top of the running back, Rudy Johnson.
Ron, you only need a couple plays. I've been talking about they look like they're sleepwalking, but you only need a play or two to generate some excitement and get you back in the ball game. Daniels catch, and then Rudy Johnson comes back with a good run. This is a pretty good LSU defense, though. They run well.
Those linebackers are very quick, aren't they?
They are very good linebackers, Falk and James.
6 now for 27 yards for Rudy Johnson. Hit into backfield, breaks off one tackle. Now he's going to reverse it. Laird out there trying to block for him. And Johnson will be shoved out of bounds finally across the way. Lionel Thomas was the man who got him. But I believe Howard Green is the man who got penetration and just fouled up the whole thing.
Big junior defensive tackle Howard Green, number 95. He's in the backfield. He just couldn't wrap up. Rudy Johnson made a good move. Ben Laird's out there trying to block for him. A long way to pick up a couple yards.
Interesting thing on that down front. Howard Green playing next to Jarvis Green. They're cousins. And Muskegon Barnes playing next to Kareem Mitchell. They were high school teammates together. Moore comes in, a tailback, number 22. He gets the handoff. And a fresh set of legs will take it down to around the 23 as Trev Falk, number 7, the middle linebacker, comes up to make the stop on him.
You know, Jerry DiNardo left a pretty good football team here. And I think they've got some talent. And I believe that Jerry DiNardo felt like that if they got any kind of quarterback play out of Josh Foodie or Rohan Davey, that they were going to have a good year. Pretty talented and a good-looking football team.
Senius Moore, the tailback, and you can see he's about 8 yards as the lone setback behind the line of scrimmage. Gets the handoff. He is tagged at the line of scrimmage by James. Brady James, the weak side linebacker right there.
I don't like a short yardage play like that third and 1 where you don't have any lead blocker. All of a sudden, you don't have any kind of penetration. Brady James gets inside. You have nobody to pick up the linebacker. Remember Tommy Tuberville, a lot of trick plays.
You see who was shaking his head on the sideline? Keith Evans. He agrees with
that. He should have been in the ball game.
Yeah. 42-yard field goal attempt. Duvall, his longest in his career, 47 against Arkansas. That was in 1999. Got the distance on this one. And has the accuracy. The first field goal of the 2000 season. And Auburn is on the board at the 13:09 mark of this opening half. So we'll see if that gets the Auburn Tigers not only off the snide, but gets them in the mood to be more focused.
Ladies and gentlemen, now what you've all been waiting for, the middleweight gold medal match. Instant winner!
There's only one real way to win instantly during the Olympic Games.
Play McDonald's Taste Trials game.
You can win prizes like a tasty extra value meal, cash on the spot, or a trip anywhere in the world. Instantly.
Yes! Here we go. You're mine. Yeah, you. Sweet. Looks good to me.
Tiger may never get into the Olympic Games, but at least he can get into an Olympic Edition Regal.
Looks like I got the gold.
Check out the Olympic Edition Regal or get $2,000 closeout cash on all remaining new 2000 Regals. See your Buick dealer today.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance, and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
Up on the sideline. He and his offense have gotten off to a very good start this evening, particularly his combining with Josh Reed, number 25.
He's 4 out of 6, so he's feeling comfortable against this Auburn defense, and Rohan Davey is loosening up, and I know Jimbo Fisher wants to get him in the ball game tonight.
So we got 2 in the bullpen, and we'll see who comes into the ball game here when they get the football back, which they are about to do. Damon Duvall will kick it off. He has been awfully good this season about kicking the ball into the end zone and getting no return. It's going to be Davis and Henderson, the 2 deep men for LSU. 10-3 our new score. Just over 13 to play until halftime. Very high, very long. Good heavens. This thing almost went through the uprights. Man, did he get a leg on it. And Mike can tell you, being a former coach, that is just worth its weight in gold when you got a guy that you don't have to worry about making the tackle.
You ought to hug him over there on the sideline. Now, he feels pretty good about himself. So he hits the field goal and comes back and knocks the ball out of the end zone. And there's the backup kicker, Philip Yost. He's all for him.
Looks as though it's going to be Josh Booty. So Rohan Davey, not yet. But as Mike mentioned, in visiting with the offensive coordinator, Jimbo Fisher, earlier this week, he definitely is going to play both quarterbacks this evening. 4 of 6, 99 yards and a touchdown for Josh Booty.
They're in trouble right now. Auburn.
Pass too high. Henderson, the intended receiver. And it was Kasher on the
motion him out of the backfield, Ron. Nobody moved, so they had a distinct advantage on that side, but couldn't complete the pass.
Talk about Booty and how much it takes away when you were away from a sport, the number of years that he was.
Well, it does. It just, you don't throw the football. You're not in competition football-wise, although the competition of baseball helped him.
Davis. Nice little wiggle at the line of scrimmage, but then he's going to be covered up quickly. As Walker, one of the first men to come over, along with Javar Mills as well, to combine on the stop.
But you know, our conversation tonight, and it's conversation in Baton Rouge, Josh Booty just wants to know he's the starter. And if he wins this football game tonight, then he is the starter. He started the last 8 games of the year.
Plus the fact Rohan had the knee injury, missed all of spring, which put him behind.
And only practiced 1 a day in the 2-a-day practices in the fall practice.
3rd down. Line to make is out at the 30. Booty drills it complete. They'll have the first down. And there is one of those 3 tight ends we were talking about. This time the selection was Royal. Robert Royal, a senior from New Orleans.
That was an impressive throw by Josh Booty. Rob Royal came into this ball game. He had 6 receptions from his tight end position last week. Pretty good looking tight end, 6'5", 231 pounds. Just an option route there where he goes and works against the linebacker.
Royal,
various pounds.
He had a dangerous situation. He got that right leg up underneath him there on the tackle. Davis breaks through a hole, has 5, has 10, and he's going to take it out across the 40 to the 47-yard line and count it off at 14 yards.
This offense of LSU has come out here tonight, and they have the defense of Auburn back on their heels. They're running the football well. They're hitting the tight ends. They hit Josh Reed down the field early in the ball game, so they stretch the defense. Dominic Davis looks like a tailback that can take it to the house and hit a home run for you.
Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, a sophomore, 5'10", 210. They fake it to him. Booty rolls the pocket. Under pressure, hits Josh Reed. And I'll tell you, Josh Reed has been devastating tonight. Broke 1 tackle and picked up another 3 yards. Walker finally got it.
Yeah, he's 5'11", 200 pounds, but he's feeling it tonight, too. Walker, number 37. Again, a good job Auburn defensive end-wise, keeping Josh Booty inside. But again, Josh Reed just picks up 4 extra yards with that effort.
Now it's LSU who is confusing the Auburn defense. 2nd and short, down to play with here. Booty going to go long toward the end zone and just overthrown. In fact, the lot overthrown. Reed is the man he wanted. He had pulled up. Casher was the closest guy to it.
Almost a big mistake there. Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator, didn't want him to throw that football down there. Jimbo Fisher, when he sends the tailback in motion, whether it's Henderson or Tofield, they really have an advantage to the short side of the field because Auburn's really confused on how they want to handle that.
So the situation, 3rd down and 2. Tofield comes back into the lineup at tailback.
They got the quick screen out here, Ron, if they want it, the 3-receiver side.
That's what he throws. Got it complete. That's Reed. Hops over a couple of tacklers and is going to take it out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's 1st down LSU.
Ron, they can't defend this like this, Auburn, like they're trying. They're outnumbered. And that play is right there all the time. Josh Booty just lifts it up. And you got numbers. You got 3-on-2 on the outside. So you're going to pick up two yards for the 1st down. Anytime you want that, it's there.
Davis comes back in a tailback, number 31. He gets it up the right side, spinning. 5 yards, maybe close to 6. Tavares Pounds makes the tackle for the Auburn Tigers, and I'll tell you, LSU's offense has not only bloodied the Auburn Tigers' nose here, they just continue to counterpunch and
they're
throw the
winning.
Big punch.
They're throwing a lot of punches. They're winning the war in the trenches. Their offensive line is just manhandling the defensive line of Auburn.
9th play of the drive, 10-3 ball game. LSU on top, but they're looking for more. This is Davis back behind the line of scrimmage. Lincoln got penetration, and that's what it's going to take right there. Also, Thomas, number 54, came in to help after Alex Lincoln had hit him behind the line of scrimmage.
Dream come true. Alex Lincoln, we've told the story, walk-on, came here as a walk-on. Murphy High School in Mobile. Nobody recruited him. Just wanted to play here, and he was the leading tackler on this Auburn team last year, and he is this year also.
Last week, what he was player of the week. 3rd down. The line to make is the 25. From the shotgun, the pressure, and Booty's pass. Too much pressure and no hot route to go to.
Well,
if they did, he didn't see it.
Brought the safety, Ron. Stanford Simmons, number 8, and also got pressure from Johnson, number 53. Here's the pressure coming from the outside. Number 8, Stanford Simmons on a safety blitz.
This is a 51-yard attempt. Booty the holder for the far hash mark. Good pass. He's got the distance, and he's no good. Wide left. That is a very big no-point drive for the Auburn defense because LSU had them reeling, and the benefit of the bell. We will take a break. 8:54 left until halftime.
A little stress? Bet us online investors aren't helping your blood pressure.
Online? I'm on Wall Street, a professional.
My online broker lets me see stock quotes the same way they see them at the exchange.
You do not see them continuously, not as the market's moving.
Actually, I do. Say ah. Ah. That's why Daytech calls it Streamer.
Very well. Daytech Online. The rules are changing.
Yes! Here we go. You're mine. Yeah, you. Perfect. Sweet. Looks good to me.
Tiger may never get into the Olympic Games, but at least he can get into an Olympic Edition Regal.
Looks like I got the gold.
The Olympic Edition Regal, a limited release from Buick.
Our flight's delayed.
Oh, come on. Collect.
Yo, hey, kid. Dial 1-800-COLLECT and you'll save Mom at least $1 or $2.
Save $1 or $2?
Oh, she'll love that. Only if she likes saving money. Don't forget.
Forget? For a collect call, dial 1-800-COLLECT.
I have 5 words for you.
You're cute. You're coming with us.
What's going on? Wow. Let's ride. 1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
Last year, Illinois upset Michigan in the Big House. This year, the Wolverines hunger for revenge. Michigan versus Illinois at 7:30 next Saturday on ESPN.
ESPN's presentation of primetime college football is brought to you by Buick and your local Buick dealers. And by Pacific Life. Annuities, insurance, investments. Use the power of Pacific Life. Ball game weekends in Auburn, Alabama, as in every city in the SEC. Very big happenings, and they come out all shapes, sizes, and colors of hair. That's Robert Johnson, the freshman tight end, in motion. They use him as a blocker, and here goes Johnson. Rudy Johnson. It's going to be a gain very close to 8 yards as Lionel Thomas, a strong safety, comes up to tag him.
The makeup of this football team, it's early in the year. Only 2 games. This being the 3rd game, is you must get Rudy Johnson going for Auburn to have success on offense. Takes a lot of pressure off Ben Laird.
10 carries now for 41 yards for Rudy. Gets it again. They favor that right side. He's going to have the first down, plus about 3 yards. Jeremy Lawrence from a strong side linebacking position will tackle him. You know, Mike, the clock is stopped right now with 8:11. If I could do it, I'd run him for the entire 8 minutes and go in tied at halftime. But the other night against Ole Miss, that drive was 37 yards. They used, what, over 6 minutes on that drive.
What's going to happen, though? Those guys on the other side now, they're playing too. Yeah, they're going to box up there with 8 and 9 guys to stop Rudy.
You see the blitz coming right up the middle. The quick screen got it complete to Willis. Marcel Willis, a sophomore from Jacksonville.
Now that was a checkoff by Ben Laird. He saw the blitz coming. LSU now seeing enough for Rudy. They've sat back here for 2 plays. They're going to fire a linebacker. And Ben Laird sees it and throws the ball out to Marcel Willis. So that's a play that was successful because of Ben Laird knowing his game plan.
Here comes Rudy again. Breaks off a tackle, breaks into the secondary, across the 40, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 43. That's good for 14 yards. Fred Booker actually saved what could have been a much longer run.
Ron, what is happening is LSU's trying to play this 2 tight ends with 7 people in the box. You look at this. See, here's the 2 corners are out. Corner over here. They're trying to play with 7 men in the box, and you can't do it. Auburn's too strong in the offensive line. Rudy Johnson too strong as a tailback. They've got to get a safety down to help them.
Goes to a shotgun as LSU was showing blitz. 2 seconds, 1 second, got it away. And the quick screen, oh, good heavens, what a hit. Booker is there to hit Tim Carter, and Timmy's going to go back to the huddle and say, please don't stare me down. We're going to run a play like this.
Ron, I gave Ben Laird credit a minute ago. This was a mistake, not just because of what happened, but Fred Booker really levels Tim Carter, but they didn't show anything different. I don't know why he got out of that play.
Fred Booker, you're looking at the veteran of that LSU secondary, a senior out of Hammond, Louisiana.
Only 2 seniors in that starting defensive unit.
And Mike, there are 8 sophomores in that defense tonight. Pressure from the backside, didn't feel it, and it's Falk who hit him. He almost threw it directly to Lionel Thomas, number 28.
Trev Falk had 18 tackles against Houston. You talk about being active now. Along with Brady James, they have a nice tandem of linebackers. Right in the back on Ben Laird. He's lucky he got that pass off. Disguise, they brought the inside backer. Ben Laird didn't pick it up.
3rd down. Line to make is just inside the 27-yard line. Laird's pass incomplete. Diamond, the tight end, is who he wanted, went through his hands.
Goes back to, again, Ron, I think a bad decision by Ben Laird on first down to get out of the run play. That puts you behind the chains, and you talked about running Rudy all the time. They got away from that. 3 pass plays in a row. Credit LSU defensively.
Yep. But Auburn moved it as long as they were running. Then, as you said, they started throwing the football, and we're going to have a huge field goal attempt of 57 yards by Duvall, who was calling a timeout. His longest, as we mentioned earlier, 47 yards.
Well, he had that kickoff. Remember when he's feeling good about himself. I'd try it too.
So we'll take a break. 6:10 remaining until halftime. 10-3 LSU.
This is a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese. These are McDonald's French fries. Put them together and you've got a meal. Price them at just $2 and you've got a deal. It's McDonald's $2 deal featuring the Quarter Pounder with cheese and a medium-sized order of French fries for just $2 plus tax. At McDonald's, we love to see you smile.
You're going to love our manager special. Get our McRib Jr. for only 99 cents. Tender pork smothered in barbecue sauce with pickles and onions, all for 99 cents. McDonald's manager special. Serving up smiles.
We love to see you smile.
Hi, I'm Mike Hennig of Hennig Furs, inviting you to come by one of our fine stores throughout the Southeast. Hennig Furs has been noted for furs for 4 generations, but now, with our new fashion, children's leathers and rabbit jackets, to junior styles, men's leathers, and cashmeres, Hennig Furs and Leathers are lifestyle products providing warmth, durability, individually designed and fashioned for the new millennium. Look for our new innovative styles for the entire family.
Hennig, fine furs for 4 generations.
ESPN's 2-Minute Drill, the ultimate sports quiz show, Mondays at 7.
So we are back. Everybody enjoying themselves.
They thought about it a while, Ron, and they're going to punt the football and try to pin LSU back again.
Dominic Davis is the deep man. Duvall, his longest tonight, 48. Kicked 1 dead inside the 20-yard line. Angles it for the corner. Going to be touchdown at the 1-foot line. Rashad Walker. And they're going to say touchback.
Rashad Walker did what you want out of a gunner that's split out on the outside. He gets down there, but he just can't get his balance. Foot's on the line, so the ball's going to come out on the 20-yard line.
So LSU gets it at their own 20, and we have Rohan Davey. Rohan Davey, the junior from Miami, in at quarterback. Cofield, boy, sends him at the right guard, and he gets whacked hard by Thomas. Also Alex Lincoln.
Ron, Rohan Davey comes in with a completion 11 out of 11 versus Western Carolina. He led LSU to a season-ending win over Arkansas. A lot of athletic ability. This is a tough spot to bring him in cold. Josh Booty did well.
This time, Davey's going to go from the shotgun with a 2nd down and 10. Going to run it. And he gets whacked by Lincoln. And you need to understand this. Davey weighs 239, and that Lincoln bumped him out of bounds hard.
That was more than a bump. He hit him hard. Rohan Davey deciding, just leveled him there. Springs into him and knocks him out of bounds. Davey is good size, 239 pounds, 6'3".
So now the Auburn faithful on their feet asking the defense to rise up here on a third down situation, and the line they have to make is out at the 30. 10-3, LSU leads it. Davey lazily throws that one. I'm not sure who it was for. Torber with the pressure, and closest to it was Lincoln.
Tough spot again to bring a backup quarterback in, but I like Jimbo Fisher trying to get them both work, though, because you need a couple quarterbacks. If something happens to your first guy, you got to be able to go to a second guy. But that was a tough series. That breaks the streak, too, of completions.
Donnie Jones, his second punt of the night, his first, as you can see. Got a great roll and with 47 yards. Clifton Robinson, the deep man for the Auburn Tigers. And they have called a timeout. Only had 10 men on the field, so LSU calls the timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:03 until halftime. Right back.
Auburn University researchers have designed and patented a microchip that will enable airbag systems to react 1,000 times faster during an accident, making them smarter, more reliable, and most importantly, safer.
So we're back. 5:03 left to play. LSU in a punt formation, and we have a hunch here in the booth that Auburn's going to go for the block. Is that right?
Yeah, I really do. Tavarius Robinson came over to talk to the coach. He's number 5. He's the in man on the left side. Usually when you see a guy go over there, he's going over the idea to sell the coach and that he might be able to block this punt. Let's see.
Top of the screen to the left. Coming after him. Good job by the up blocker as Robinson makes the catch and is hit immediately. Whew. Clifton took quite a chance as Mates makes the tackle following the 32-yard kick. Adrian Karsten, what do you have for us?
Ron, I have a question that comes from the internet. Brendan Brockway from your hometown of Austin, Texas, asks Adrian, is number 7 the middle linebacker for LSU, Trev Falk, related in any way to the former running back from LSU, Kevin Falk? The answer is yes, they are cousins. Brendan, thanks for the question.
Yeah, great bloodlines there, huh? I'll tell you what, Trev can really run. We have seen him with a couple of really hard, tough hits tonight.
6'3", 225, good-looking linebacker.
Here's that reverse. Actually, it's an end around, but they ran it like 5 times last week against Ole Miss. It's good for 25 yards.
And Ron, the reason they run that is he's 4'2" in the 40. He's 10'3" in the 100 meters. And Noel Mazzoni believes he may be the most talented player on this football team, but just shows you track speed.
Well, when you got a guy that's that quick, the defense, you can see the bad angles, the pursuit angles, because you just are not accustomed to going after somebody who runs a 4-2. This time back to an I formation. Rudy Johnson, the man at the top, but they give it to Heath Evans, and the fullback. That's a nice job by Jeremy Lawrence. He wasn't fooled, and he tackles him after a gain of maybe 1.
So far, when Auburn gets in LSU territory, LSU really is active, bringing linebackers. In that belly play, a linebacker firing in that hole usually will stop that. Phil Almation, the defensive coordinator, was at Virginia Tech, Wisconsin. He's been all over the country. Virginia, his resume is long. But he believes in blitzing the offense.
From the shotgun to get this out to Daniels. And Daniels breaks the tackle. And I believe, well, he's very close to a first down. Let's wait and see. Damian James with his second straight tackle.
You see what Phil Dalmatian pulls out here against this Auburn offense.
It is a first down. Well, coming up on Tuesday night at ESPN, the battle for the American League wildcard continues at 7:30 Eastern as the Cleveland Indians take on the Boston Red Sox from Fenway Park. Rudy Johnson. Boy, he got hit really hard right in the middle of the line. That's Barnes. Muskegon Barnes, the junior out of Moss Point, Mississippi. Send him backwards.
And you look at this defensive line for LSU, they're all juniors. So they're all going to be back, getting experience. All three linebackers are sophomores. It's a young defensive football team that is pretty good, and it will only get better.
No gain on that play. It's a second down and 10. As Johnson now 13 carries, 59 yards in his first half.
Robert Johnson split out the tight end.
Lobs it for the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown Johnson. Nobody covered him.
Almost could see it coming, Ron. They flanked the tight end. Now Robert Johnson over here, and there's a bust. They're both playing the smash route. Robert Johnson just heads for the corner. Ryan Clark, Robert Davis jumped the short receiver.
The ball can tie it, and he does. 3 minutes, 18 seconds until intermission, and 5 plays, 55 yards. And kind of what we thought, that we would have a slugfest here tonight, and that's exactly what it's been as we're tied. Now that period, Auburn looked very focused.
Came alive a little bit more, big plays. Robert Johnson just a bust, between the safety and corner.
Well, let's check it on the sideline. Adrian, what do you have for us?
Ron, I have by far the most popular question right throughout the weekend through the first half here in Auburn concerning, from the website, the mascot or mascots for Auburn. Is it the Auburn Tigers, War Eagle, the Plainsman? Well, the only man I can turn to for the answer on this knows a lot more about Auburn than I. That is Athletic Director David Housel. David?
Adrian, it's all quite simple, really. You have the washed, you have the unwashed. You have those who know, those who will never know, and those who will never know will never understand. We're the Tigers, we're the War Eagles. Some people used to call us the Plainsmen, not much anymore. We're the Tigers because the name Auburn comes from Oliver Goldsmith's poem, The Deserted Village. There's a line in that poem that says, where crouching tigers wait their unsuspecting prey. We're the War Eagles because back during the Civil War, an Auburn student found a baby eagle, brought that eagle home, raised it, took it to the first college football game to be played in the Deep South. The eagle broke away, flew around the field, and the Auburn people looked up and said, War Eagle, War Eagle. Simply put, we're tigers who live on the plains. Rather than growl, we yell War Eagle. Simple.
That's great, Adrian. I'll tell you, David Housel, one of a kind. Talk about a historian at the game of football. There's David right there.
Very well
liked. Used to be the sports information director here at Auburn University, but nobody knows this school. He is Auburn University. He's an Auburn man from the word go. Davis comes back in at tailback.
Josh Booty back in.
Big opening, breaks the tackle, then caught for the ankle. Rob Pate, a very steady performer out of Birmingham, Alabama, makes the tackle. Brian Kelly, let's check with you.
Ron, thank you very much. Coming up, SportsCenter in-game at the half. Pac-10 pride, UCLA and Washington. The Big Ten battered a little bit, Penn State and Northwestern among others. And Chris Lee and Kirk have the controversy with Florida and Tennessee. Ron?
Okay, we look forward to it. Our situation, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining until halftime. Tied at 10. Davis again gets by one tackler at the line of scrimmage. Tavarius Pounds, and there is a flag down. You know what? We have not had really any penalties in this ball game.
We're looking forward to halftime. I didn't think the Florida receiver caught the football at the end. Now, we're looking at it a long way in television, but that's going to be interesting to see the pictures that they have of that, whether he made that catch or not. And you talk about Notre Dame winning and at the last second to come back from the Nebraska game. Credit Bob Davie and his staff. An emotional win. A lot of good football at UCLA. Rodney Gilmore's smiling somewhere in the studio. The Pac-10 beats the Big Ten.
Coming up later tonight, his Stanford team with a test against the Texas Longhorns. That one out in Palo Alto, California.
Should be a good ball game.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the quarterback?
Have no idea. So look at the penalties. Only one each. We mentioned the LSU holding penalty. And now Auburn with a 5-yard penalty, which will push it back to the 18.
I know Lee Corso's going to straighten it all out on that, whether it was a catch or not a catch.
You think so?
Oh, he's got it.
It's Reed in motion, but they give it to Davis. Tries to get outside. Nice job of an open field tackle by Thomas. Tell you what, Antarius Thomas, redshirt freshman out of Perry, Georgia, number 54, has really been a steady performer tonight.
Timeouts left. Auburn has one timeout left. They can hold him here, use it, try to block the punt. LSU trying to get to halftime.
Clock runs, 137, now 136. Reed again in motion. And as they roll the pocket, he's going to just throw this one away. Boyd, Torber again with good pressure.
I go back to when Rohan Davey came into the ball game. The LSU kind of seemed like they were settled down a little bit. And I know you want to get the second quarterback in, but Josh Booty now came back in this series and didn't look as good as he did early in the ball game.
Well, the dangerous thing right now, Auburn's going to get this football with 1:24 left until halftime.
They moved Tavarius Robinson to the right side. He couldn't get there on the left side. Let's see if he thinks he can get there from the right side.
Cuts inside. He was close. This spiral's not going to turn over as a flag is down, and Clifton Robinson, takes it back over toward the LSU sideline, and the tackle finally made just inside the 50-yard line. Damian James with his third special teams tackle tonight. And maybe a face mask. No, it's going to be procedure.
I think I turned this down, Ron, because you got great field position on the inside the 50-yard line. Still have one timeout left. Think about Duvall. He feels it tonight. He kicked that ball off way out of the end zone. So now you just want to get enough yardage to get down there and kick this field goal.
Here's
LSU thinking about not giving them an inch.
Duvall preparing on the sideline, hoping for just what Mike's talking about. They fake the little counter play. Zings it. Paying off.
Held everybody, and that's what we were talking about in the open run. When you have Rudy Johnson in the backfield, everybody's going to flow with Rudy Johnson. Clifton Robinson sneaks out here in a corner route. Ben Laird puts it right on the money. Fred Booker, the corner on Clifton Robinson.
26 yards on that play. It is first down, Auburn.
Now you think in terms of 7 in your play calling.
Laird, 4 wide receivers in the game, throws this one off his back foot, and he just throws it away. Robert Johnson, I assume, was the intended receiver. He was the closest man to it.
Looked like Ben Laird was confused by the secondary. A little late movement by LSU and threw him off. And he just wanted to get rid of the ball and get it out of bounds. Don't want to make the mistake here as a quarterback. You don't want to take the three-point opportunity away, but you still want to get in the end zone.
Jacinius Moore, number 22, redshirt freshman out of Anniston, Alabama, comes in at tailback.
Robert Johnson, a tight end, a good-looking specimen, split out.
Laird got it complete. That's Willis. Willis going to be pushed back short of the first down, just inside the 15-yard line. Brady James and Damian James combining on the tackle.
I believe Auburn's going to take their last time out.
Well, while we got time to do it, tonight's Aflac trivia question. Who was the last player to lead the SEC in rushing in his first season in the conference? We'll have that answer later on. Last player to lead the SEC in rushing in his first season in the conference.
I would like to ask Adrian. He will know that.
Well, we're gonna wait a little while.
Plus, I want to ask him about his suspenders.
Rudy Johnson tonight, 13 carries, 59 yards.
They were asking Adrian right there. Well, I thought that meant Adrian was big and bad. Now you got to be real cautious if you're Auburn because you're out of timeouts.
44 seconds showing on the clock until halftime. Auburn 10, LSU 10. LSU dominated the first 15 minutes and into the early portions of the second quarter. And two passes just thrown away on a really good drive. It seemed like that's when momentum flipped, and they came away with no points.
Really, and then Rohan Davey came in, had 3 plays where they were 3 and out. Then Josh Booty replaced him at 3 and out. Lost a little momentum.
3 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. That's Worthy in motion. Here comes the secondary up, and here they come. All-out blitz. Laird almost intercepted. Right there, very close, was Clark. Ryan Clark, but it was Jeremy Lawrence, number 56, who was just coming all over it.
Now, Phil Almation with a good defensive call there. Almost got the big turnover right here. Tommy Tuberville going to take the field goal attempt. There's Phil with a nice secondary blitz.
Damon Duvall. This is a 32-yard attempt. Good pass, and he just hooks it right back in there. The Auburn Tigers, as the clock begins to run, continue to run actually to 32 seconds, in position to go in at halftime unless LSU can come up with something desperation here in the closing moments. Adrian, back to you.
Ron, it was the bend but don't break theory in the sideline huddle here before those final 2 plays here as far as LSU is concerned on the defense. The word came down from Phil Almation up in the press box down to Pete Jenkins, the defensive line coach, and Nick Saban. Basically this: stay at home, don't be a hero, rush the passer if you have a lane. That's exactly what happened. The bend but don't break theory. Okay, Auburn gets 3, but they don't get 7.
Did a good job on that blitz, Adrian, which really threw Ben Laird off, threw the ball away.
Next Saturday on ESPN, start your day with College Game Day at 11 a.m. Eastern, followed by a Big Ten doubleheader. Minnesota takes on number 12 Purdue and, of course, Heisman candidate Drew Brees. Then a primetime game, number 3 Michigan battles number 19 Illinois at 7:30 Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet.
You got a Heisman vote?
Yes.
My front runner right now is Eric Crouch. Said it from the start of the season. What a big play he made against Notre Dame. So I'll try to sway you as the season goes on.
Yeah, you could sway the .com voters, Michael, but you have no influence on me. I shouldn't say no influence.
Well, that's all right. We'll keep working on it.
Buy me a few more dinners. Duvall has just, he is such a valuable, valuable commodity to this football team.
Field position kicker.
Well, the answer to tonight's Aflac trivia question, who was the last player to lead the conference in rushing in his first season in the SEC? And that was Emmitt Smith of Florida in 1987. Before that, it was Herschel Walker in 1980.
Emmitt could have led a lot of conferences, including that one on Sunday.
Booty back in for another series here. He'll have Tokyo behind him. Well, I'd be surprised if LSU didn't just, they're going to just run it out. Weldon and McNeil, the two defensive tackles, combining on the tackle for Auburn. And that could be, depending on what LSU elects to do, that could be the last play before halftime. Yeah, and the Tigers of LSU not even going back to a huddle. So as the clock is down to 10, they will start heading toward the locker room. They are standing and cheering here in Auburn, Alabama. Our score at halftime is the Auburn Tigers 13 and the LSU Tigers 10. Now Sports Center in game. Here's Brian Kenny with the Buick halftime report. Brian.
Ron.
Ahead to Collier Ford in Wetumpka. The 2001 models are in, and Collier has a full selection. Cars, trucks, vans, 4x4s, and sport utilities. No matter what you're looking for, Collier has it all. Now, who can give you the best deal on a new Ford car, truck, or van? Collier can! Take the short drive to big savings. Collier Ford in Wetumpka, serving Central Alabama for over 40 years.
As long as it says Collier on that sign, you know you're dealing with people that you can trust.
If your family enjoys spending a lazy summer afternoon in the country picnicking and fishing, you're going to love Bridlebrook Farms. When Watts Homes designed Bridlebrook Farms, they remembered all the activities that make family life more fun and rewarding. The clubhouse features a wading pool and large swimming pool, and soon there'll be a softball field. Bridlebrook is located on Vaughan Road, just past Pike Road, and is zoned for the new Halcyon School. Bridlebrook Farms, affordable country living with city convenience. Watts, where the choice is always yours.
(13-10) are scored at halftime, and when you look at the numbers on Rudy Johnson, most running backs would not, they wouldn't be embarrassed by this, but it's really holding him in check when you look at only 55 yards on 11 rushes. But those were not the things that really got Auburn in trouble early on. It was mistakes, and they didn't seem to be focused.
No, I think the coach's worries were that this team was not focused, and I don't think they were focused early in the ball game. And what happened early in the ball game with Larry Casher blowing the coverage and giving them 7 points, and then Ben Laird come back and fumbled the football. So they made some mistakes, but they overcame it and came back. As you look at the statistics,
the numbers are almost even. 181, 219 for Auburn. Majority of that came in a much more settled down second quarter.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how Josh Booty settles down a little bit. They haven't been the same since they made the quarterback switch.
David Duvall to kick it off to Davis and Henderson. Duvall 5 yards deep in the end zone. That's at least 4 times that he's kicked it, and they have not had a return. Adrian, let's check with you.
Well, Ron, the words of Nick Saban, the head coach himself, coming back onto the field for the third quarter. Unless Josh Booty really makes mistakes and goes in the tank, or unless he gets injured, he is my quarterback for the second half and potentially for the rest of the season, because I cannot afford to put Rohan Davey in there, tentative, making mistakes. I know Josh may not make the right decisions all the time, but he makes the right decisions most of the time.
Yeah, Adrian, I'd say that was a tough spot for Rohan Davey to go into.
No question about that.
I don't think it's how bad he played. I just think they wanted to get him in the football game.
Rudy's going to run, and very wisely went down because right there was DeMarco McNeil. Weldon was applying pressure and kind of forced him. Then McNeil closed him off.
DeMarco McNeil came into camp this year weighing 320 pounds, and Don Dunn, the defensive line coach who coached him, he told him, he said, you got to go on a diet. You got to get down to 290. And now he's playing at 290. He's a little more active.
Rudy rolls the pocket in 2nd and 10. Zings this one. And boy, I don't know what happened there. Josh Reed almost looked as though it went through his hands.
I think Alex Lincoln may have got a hand on that one, Ron. A little long. Josh Booty waited a little bit too long to throw this football. Josh Reed, the intended receiver. Let's see if they... No, you're right. It went right through his hands. He just missed it.
I don't know if he was distracted by Lincoln
by the
or what.
hand.
Yeah, certainly worked, though. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Josh Reed, 5 catches, 108 yards in that first half. Here comes the blitz. Zings it. Oh, what a great pass. Held on to the football. Reed has been spectacular tonight. Rashad Walker's the man who put the lumber to him, but Ron held on.
Yeah, John Lovett calls the blitz. Now, you shorten your route up on the blitz, and Josh Booty doesn't have enough time to wait for Josh Reed. So you make the hit. Rashad Walker makes the hit. You stop him. Good call on defense by John Lovett.
Well, from where they have spotted it, not enough for the first down, and you certainly can't take a chance this deep in your own territory. 4th punt of the night by Donnie Jones. Clifton Robinson is the deep man. And this one off the side of the left footer's foot. Wow. Oh, boy. He may not wind up with much more than 10 yards on this kick. Let's see where they're going to spot it down.
To 47, Ron. 48.
Okay, he's going to wind up with 29 yards.
Ben Laird started off this ball game very slow, like he's played the first 2 ball games. We have high expectations. The coaching staff believes of Ben Laird, but he flipped the ball to Rudy Johnson, made a mistake. But I thought he came on as the half got a little bit older around his 2nd quarter. Played well.
That's Carter. They hand it off to him again. This time going the other direction on the end around. And number 2, Ryan Clark, makes the stop on number 2, Tim Carter.
Pick up 5 yards on 1st down. That's successful. It's also a misdirection play. Takes a little pressure off of Rudy Johnson.
Rudy Johnson, the only setback this time. Now the shotgun. Laird puts air into this one, and it is intercepted by Fred Booker. Incomplete. Beg your pardon. Couldn't come down with it.
Fred Booker with good coverage. What Ben Laird looked over the defense, and he saw he had Tim Carter, who's a 4.2 40, lined up with Fred Booker. No safety help. He checked off to the fade. But Fred Booker was up to the challenge.
Yeah, you can see the great position he had.
Almost intercepted that football.
3rd down. They need to take it to the 42 to keep this drive going. Auburn by 3. Reggie Worthy. Damian James, I don't know how many tackles he's got tonight, but both special teams and on the defense, he's got to be close to double figures. That's good for 20 yards.
Reggie Worthy wide open on a corner route. Ben Laird doesn't look to him till he throws the football. Damian James with a good break to make the tackle.
Reggie, a senior out of Gadsden, Alabama.
2 tight ends, Rudy time.
Diamond in motion. They use him as the blocker. Johnson goes straight ahead. Howard Green is down at the bottom of that stack. And also Muskegon Barnes.
When you look at Rudy Johnson's statistics, the one that stands out to me is he averages 9 yards in the fourth quarter. And that's what you want out of a big back. You want to wear the defense down as the game goes on. And in the fourth quarter, you want to win the football game with this running back, Rudy Johnson.
Look at that, 128 yards in the fourth quarter. 12 carries, 56 tonight. Quick throw.
Going to be a flag on this, Ron. It's going to be on Auburn. Heath Evans with a good block. I don't believe that was the call. He may have used his hands on the block. I believe they're going to get Heath Evans on that call, Ron.
Yeah, and in fact, as he comes out, you'll see on the replay that he just, look, bottom of the screen, here he comes.
Here's the block right here. He's going to hit this defender in the back, and that's going to be the call.
Put his hands up, but he had already thrown the block.
Yeah, it's almost like saying I didn't foul him. When you throw your hands up, it brings more attention to you.
Yeah, don't look at the official. Just keep moving.
And you talked about the officials. Now this has been a airless game.
It really has been. Just a real turnaround from what we had last week. So many flags in that game. Moore is the tailback this time, number 22. Here comes the blitz up the middle, and they roll the pocket. If he's got somebody open, which he does, oh my goodness, Robinson dropped it. Clifton can't believe it. That was a sure 6 points. Had the single coverage, and the ball was thrown perfectly. And look at him. It's my fault. My bad is what he's saying.
Whew. Lionel Thomas is the corner. Good call by Ben Laird because he gets outside. Lionel Thomas defending, and
he'll never throw another ball better.
Just a drop football by Clifton Robinson, a former running back.
So an incomplete reception. 3rd and 18. Worthy well short of the first down. Robert Davis makes the play defensively for the LSU Tigers.
Fourth down 5 situation. Now another decision for Tommy Tuberville. Do you go up by 6 with the field goal, or do you go for it? It looks like he's going to go for it. 4 out of 4 on 4th down. Fourth down conversions. Clifton Robinson against Lionel Thomas. Ben Laird put the ball right out there to catch for Clifton.
That ball right there was 10 times tougher to catch than the one he dropped. But he made amends for his bad just a moment ago. 10:03 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Our new score, the Auburn Tigers 20 and the LSU Tigers 10. As you take a look, you miss one? Well, Ben Laird, the reason he was so happy, I think, coming down the field, gave him another chance, and he responded.
Heard about George? The software guy? The guy with the backhand? Yeah.
Bought Citral Friday morning.
Friday morning? How do you do that?
Same way we did.
Yeah, but George isn't a trader. Hey, George.
Georgie.
Hiya.
I hate that guy.
Daytech Online. The rules are changing.
I'm grateful that Michael Garcia is in our lives.
State Farm, Mike Garcia speaking.
We had a house fire, house burned.
That was a tough day.
They didn't treat us as a policy holder. They treated us as a neighbor, as a friend.
I gave him a check right away. We went from there to putting the pieces back together.
He's not a hero in the sense of a sports hero or a movie star. He's a quiet hero.
He looks out for everyone in the neighborhood.
It's gone from being a slogan to really being my way of life.
Introducing the redesigned and re-engineered Chrysler Town & Country, independently judged by AMCI to be the best minivan ever. Call 1-877-PROVE-IT to get more information.
After midnight, we gonna let it all hang down.
Just one tiny Claritin relieves seasonal allergy symptoms for 24 hours without making you sleepy. So if you took one in the morning, after midnight, you'd still have hours and hours of relief coming. Occurrence of side effects like headache, drowsiness, fatigue, and dry mouth is as low as with a sugar pill.
After midnight.
Talk to your doctor about Claritin soon, during regular office hours.
26, Henry Henderson. So the momentum after a 10-0 LSU lead. 20 unanswered points by Auburn. Now, Duvall has been a story. He's kicked
really
off
has.
4 times tonight. All 4 have gone into the end zone, not returnable. Let's see if he can make it 5. Scoring drive, 8 plays, 48 yards, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. I think this one going to be 2 yards deep. It will be returned. This is Henderson. Brian Kenny, let's check in with you.
Ron, Indiana and Kentucky in the final moments, tied up 34-34. Antoine Randall back for Indiana. Hit and strip to the football. Matt Leo picks it up, a lineman's dream, in for a touchdown. 41-34, minute and change left in the game. And Southern Miss with an interception return for a touchdown. They lead Alabama 7-0.
Those guys are never easy. No, ask Tennessee, ask Alabama. They've played them before.
Southern Miss has got a good football team.
Big opening. Whoa, what a hit. Simmons came up and really decked him. Pate also helped out, but LeBrandon Tofield with a head of steam, and then he went the opposite direction quickly.
You talk about an Indiana team that's reeling. They got beat by NC State last week, had a 12-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the football game. Then it looks like, unless they rebound from that play, that they may go 0-2. 2 good efforts.
See the numbers on Booty. 1 touchdown, 136 yards. Josh Reed wanted a flag. It was Marcus White, number 99, who was coming after him pretty strong, the freshman from Theodore, Alabama.
Yeah, they're doing a better job of containing Josh Booty and at least making it tough for him to throw on that waggle action where he comes out there by himself. Marcus White, number 99. Now he checks. Now he at least puts pressure on Josh Booty so that he doesn't have a lot of time to find his receiver. Threw across his body.
3rd down and short. Tofield did not make it. 52, Mark Brown, one of the first men there to make contact with him.
Well, John Lovett's defense, they've made some changes after the 10 points and have settled down. LSU forced the punt.
Still no movement.
No, Josh Booty's still on the field. They're going to go for it.
This is dangerous. You think they're going to try to go with the count?
Well, they've only got 10 seconds once they break the huddle. They're down to 7.
Pitch goes to Tofield. Turns the corner. He'll have it.
And Nick Saban saying that if you can go for a 4th down conversion, I'll go for one.
Simmons and Casher combining on the tackle, and he really paid for this one.
Remember that call right there because they're backed inside their own 30-yard line.
Look at this hit. Bam and bam.
Whew. Stanford Simmons.
Also Larry Casher. Simmons posted him. Casher got him up high. pitch and catch right there. Gerald Myers, that's his first reception of the night. And he's been big in the first 2 games, but they have not chosen to look for him tonight.
No,
Or get
Ronnie,
him open.
you talk about he has 8 catches coming into this game for 2 touchdowns. So he's been a favorite receiver of Josh Moody the first 2 ball games. Let's see if LSU can use that 4th down and go down this football field and score.
Tofield bounces it outside, turns the corner, has 5, has 10, cut it off. Tofield at right edge for the youngster out of Independence, Louisiana. And officially, they will say 16 yards on the carry, and there's a player down, and that's Casher.
Casher is the injured Auburn player.
Play started badly for Auburn because number 96 right here, Mills, is going to get hooked by Smalling, and that gives the corner to LSU.
Not so sure that Casher didn't get kicked in the head by his teammate, Simmons.
You cannot afford to lose Larry Casher.
He and Creighton make a very formidable pair.
They may be the 2 best in the SEC together.
Well, let's take a break. We have a moment here. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to play 3rd quarter. It's Auburn 20, LSU 10, and driving. We'll be right back.
This weekend, Enterprise Rent-A-Car announces special low rates from just $9.99 a day. Friday till Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Our flight's delayed.
Oh, come on. Collect.
Hey, kid. Dial 1-800-COLLECT and you'll save Mom at least $1 or $2.
$1 or $2?
She'll love that.
You're cute. You're coming with us.
1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
They're the largest creatures on Earth. They've adapted and evolved with strength and determination. The kind of strength that helps the Pacific Life family of companies manage more than $300 billion for its clients. And determination that has guided Pacific Life for 130 years. Size, strength, longevity, offering annuities, insurance and investments. Use the power of Pacific Life.
It's a new concept in light beer. 103 calories from different walks of life, coming together for the sake of the team. Introducing crisp, easy-drinking Betts Light.
Arkansas is in overdrive, but will it be enough to counter the balanced attack of Alabama? Alabama versus Arkansas at 9, next Saturday on ESPN2.
ESPN's presentation of primetime college football is brought to you by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different. And by Claritin. On a beautiful day like today, it's a perfect time to talk to your doctor about Claritin. Welcome back to Auburn, and I'm afraid a sight that none of us ever like to see as an ambulance is coming on the field. Larry Casher, we have looked at the replay several times, and possibly he got caught by the running back Tofield's knee, either to the head or to the back of his neck. But the youngster went down immediately. Team physicians have come out on the field as well as the trainers. And his teammates look on anxiously. Take a look at it. Watch right here. Watch the knee of Tofield. It looked like it caught him either in the side of the head or the neck. And that's his teammate, Stanford Simmons, who comes over the top. Adrian, let's go down to you.
As much information as I have, Ron, before he goes to the hospital for precautionary reasons, he has movement both in his hands, fingers, his ankles, and feet and toes, of course. Beyond that, over on the Auburn side now, as I hustle back over, his whole team just took a moment in prayer, give him support.
Sobering situation. Everybody up and cheering in this one, but this is when obviously it shows that this game is a fun thing, but is so unimportant when it comes to the health of these youngsters who play it.
And work so hard, Ron, preparing to play games.
Senior cornerback out of Pritchard.
He is a All-American corner.
Tiger fans, now direct your attention to the Auburn division.
And the parents, Ron, they have so much concern.
Well, I mean, it's a tough sport. You know that when your kid signs a grant and aid, that football is a sport that that to take a chance really every time you walk out on the field. And I'm not trying to say that there are that many injuries, but it is a situation where. And while we have a moment, let's check in with Brian Kenny.
All right, Ron, thank you very much. We'll keep you up to date on this situation. We'll get you back out to the game as soon as it's getting ready to start there. Get you up to date on a few of the things happening in college football. Right now, Southern Miss driving with the football and up 7-0 on Alabama. An interception return for a touchdown has the Conference USA champs up on Alabama. Right now, Michigan State and Missouri in this. A bit of a surprise. Missouri lost 62-9 to Clemson last week. Right now, well, first we'll go to Indiana and Kentucky. This now a final as Kentucky wins it. Again, Antoine Randall stripped of the football. It was ran back in. So Kentucky beats Indiana in a shootout, 41-34. Now back to Missouri. Mentioned they lost badly to Clemson last week. Right now, though, tied up with number 20, Michigan State. 10-10 right now. Spartans beat Marshall 34-24 last week. Missouri, by the way, next game at Nebraska to help to get a little win here. End of 3, start in the 4th quarter at Missouri. Florida and Tennessee, and the mighty Gators once again outplayed by Tennessee in this one, but Tennessee in the red zone 6 times, came away with 5 field goals and just 1 touchdown. Florida came back final minute with a touchdown pass, controversial touchdown pass, but the Gators have now beaten the Vols 7 of the last 8 years. Michigan and UCLA and the Bruins have beaten Alabama and Michigan now, as well as Fresno State in between, 23-20. The final there. UCLA will be moving way up in the rankings, one would think. And Colorado and Washington, the rivalry game. Rick Neuheisel going back to Boulder for the first time since leading the Buffs and beating Colorado for the 2nd straight year. Last year, he was the one 0-2. Gary Barnett was 0-2 going into this one, and now Barnett 0-3, and he's got Kansas State, Texas A&M, and Texas coming up on his schedule. Coming up at midnight, you get highlights of all these games and much, much more. All the games from top to bottom, not just the ranked teams, but also things like Yale getting its 800th win, the first college football team to 800 wins. College football tonight's scoreboard, you've got Reese Davis, John Makovic, and Rodney Gilmore there. Midnight Eastern. You can see that on ESPN2. Right now, again, watching LSU and Auburn. Going to send it back right now. An SEC game. Ron Franklin and Mike Gottfried have that. Gentlemen.
Brian, for people who have just tuned in, this is Larry Kasher, the left cornerback for the Auburn Tigers. While making the tackle, he went very low and was hit in the head, we believe, by the running back Tofield's knee. It is a precautionary thing. Adrian Karsten, hustling right there on the scene, said that he does have feeling in his legs and his toes, but for precautionary reasons, they are taking him to the hospital. And Adrian has a little bit more on it right now. Adrian.
More some very good news, Ron. Maybe as mild as what is called a stinger. That burning sensation is very sharp immediately in the back of your head and then runs down into the back of his right leg at this point in his right arm. Now, there are 2 other gentlemen standing close by to him wearing his number 24. That was his father, Larry Kasher Sr., and his uncle, Ira Moore, giving them as much support, but they came off the field literally with tears in their eyes and smiles on their faces, Ron.
Okay. He is going to be taken. We'll try to get an update, but the news that we are getting right now, preliminary reports from the field, are very, very good. That Larry Kasher going to be taken in. They will check him over, probably hold him for the night. But the bad news is he's in that ambulance. The good news is that hopefully it will be a short-lived thing as far as his stay at the hospital. Let's take one more break. We have 7:10 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Auburn 20-10.
If you're looking for a great deal on a new Ford car, truck, or van, then you need to head to Collier Ford in Wetumpka. The 2001 models are in, and Collier has a full selection. Cars, trucks, vans, 4x4s, and sport utilities. No matter what you're looking for, Collier has it all. Now, who can give you the best deal on a new Ford car, truck, or van? Collier can! Take the short drive to big savings. Collier Ford in Wetumpka, serving Central Alabama for over 40 years.
As long as it says Collier on that sign, you know you're dealing with people that you can trust.
It happened in a blink of an eye. The front of my '97 Honda Accord was a mess. I wasn't sure what to do until my insurance company recommended Precision Body and Paint. They handled my claim from start to finish, loaned me a free car while mine was in the shop, and even saved some of my deductible. I highly recommend Precision Body and Paint.
Hi. As Chris Bertman, host of NFL Primetime, I have an obligation to treat all the day's games with equal importance, to break down all the day's highlights with equal vigor, and to never stage a game in an airplane hangar in New Mexico and pawn it off as authentic, you know, like the government did with the moon landing.
NFL Primetime, Sundays at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN.
So we're back. 7:10 left to play, third quarter. And the game situation, first down LSU. That was a first down run by Tofield to the Auburn 46. LSU down by 10. Trying to get back at it with a touchdown of their own. You see the last minute stimming by the Auburn defensive front as Booty goes play action and goes on top on this one. And he's got touchdown, Josh Reed.
Right after Travarius Robinson, the corner that replaced Larry Casher, and got Josh Reed behind him for the touchdown pass. Jimbo Fisher making the call.
So now that means that Reed has a 75-yard touchdown pass and now add a 45-yard touchdown pass.
It's a good call, Ron. A lot of time went by. You get the new corner in there, Travarius Robinson. Try him out.
Corbello tries to make it a three-point game. I don't know what happened on that one. Not pretty, but he does. Extra point is good. So the play to put an asterisk by, they went on a fourth down play. As you look at Reed, what a night he's got going. 162 yards on 7 receptions, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's averaging 23 on yards, but the 2 touchdown passes, he hit Larry Casher with one, and then Travarius Robinson, number 5. Just gets behind him. The ball well thrown by Josh Booty. Same play, the out and up. Little push off there, but didn't get called. Good pass by Josh Booty. Now you wonder how Auburn's going to rebound on offense. LSU now got a little bounce in their step.
Auburn did not have the momentum. LSU had it in that first quarter. It was a 10-0 game. Then Auburn gets the momentum. They score 20 unanswered. Now here comes LSU back. There'll be something else spectacular happen in this game. It always does.
Well, you know,
set off the top of this game.
You know, Travarius Robinson, number 5, wants this kickoff. He wants to atone for that play.
He's one of the deep guys with Tim Carter. At the goal line. Opening in the middle. extra point attempt by Duval. This place is still rumbling and rattling. It's good. 100-yard kickoff return. We talked earlier about Carter, and you gave his speeds in both the 100 meters and also the 40.
And Travaris Robinson was one of the first guys over there, said thanks for running that kickoff back. Eddie Grandy, special teams coach, really talked to him this week, and he said, I had about 10 guys on the special teams that I needed to change after the first 2 games. Well, he gets his kickoff return and some very good blocks. And then the track speed of Tim Carter.
That's a new record. Oh, okay. The last time they had a distance job like that was against Southern Mississippi, 1984. Brent Fullwood, 96 yards.
Now, we talked about how Auburn was going to rebound, but now how's LSU going to come back? Tim Carter, again, Eddie Grand's trying to use his best players. Now, he just ran 100 yards, but he's going to be on the kickoff.
You know what? This is the 4th time in the modern era that an Auburn player has returned one 100 yards. Now, this kick is returnable. Shortest one of the night. At the 7, Henderson. Spencer Johnson on the tackle, and it's checked once again with Brian Kenny. Brian, what do you have for us?
Ron, a little extra treat for Auburn fans here. Southern Miss up 14-0 on Alabama, having just scored a touchdown. On the ensuing kickoff, Michael James will get the football for the Crimson Tide. Trying to elude the tacklers. No! Joe Henley picks it up, recovers, bringing it in. They would score from there. 21-0. Southern Miss up on top.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Ron, nor you, because we saw them against Tennessee. They are a solid football team with a big league defense.
Yeah, that defensive front is awfully good. Tofio. Boy, and Auburn's defense now really going after the football. That was Pounds.
Ron, now Tim Carter ran 100 yards for the kickoff return. Then they put him right back out there in the kickoff because he's very valuable. But he's a safety on the kickoff. But watch LSU now. They find him. And he's retreating because he's a safety now. They're going to get a little lick in on him. Kyle Kipps, a former tight end, gets a block on Tim Carter. So
one sequence too late, though, Kyle.
Yeah, that's right. You got to run to catch it.
They got that pass complete out to Josh Reed. There is a flag down.
Thrown in the secondary.
Defensive holding against Auburn. A college football triple-header next Saturday on ESPN2 at noon Eastern. The Syracuse Orangemen, coming off last week's loss at Cincinnati, head to East Carolina to battle the Pirates. Then at 6 o'clock, Louisville takes on number 2 Florida State, and then get ready for an SEC showdown. Number 13 Alabama faces off with Arkansas.
And I think LSU and Josh Booty will keep going back to Travaris Robinson, number 5. Now, you got Creighton on one side. Creighton's a SEC, all SEC pick. So you're going to try number 5, who's come into the ball game, replacing the injured Larry Casher. So you're going to try him out a little bit more.
I hope they had the radio on in that ambulance. Larry Casher probably would have tried to get out of that stretcher.
Well, he bit on the fake, too.
Josh Reed again. Ball is loose.
Court Courtney Rose make the hit. This is a play that LSU had in the first quarter. Threw it about 3 times and always picked up about 5, 6, 7 yards. Auburn played it a lot better on that play.
Reed has 8 receptions this evening for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. The reason for the war here at the stadium, he just posted that Southern Miss and Alabama score. They're going crazy. That tackle move, let's see. Yeah, they're going to whistle it down. You can see 68 Brandon Winey come out of his stance. Just a little bit.
Think about the quarterback for Southern Miss, and it's early in that ball game. Alabama can come back, but Jeff Kelly is from Alabama, and it would mean a lot for him.
That is a dead ball. Ball starts. Initial movement by the offensive line. Penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Alabama just seems to not be in it. They're just not able to get everything together. Have not played well in any of their ball games this year.
Auburn leads this one by 10, 27-17. Henderson. Pounds, ball is loose. Did he have possession as he went out of bounds? Now it's going to stay with LSU, and there's a good example. Pounds, as I said, is the man who knocked it out of his hand, but the man tumbling out of bounds trying to make the recovery did not have possession.
No, he couldn't bring it in. Various Pounds with a hit, and the ball came out on Henderson.
Simmons very close.
Ron, I've been impressed with Josh Booty now. He's played well here in the second half. Stringing together some good play calls, good completions.
Third down. They're going to take it just across the 49.5-yard line. Tofield. Oh, is he hit in the backfield? Good heavens, what a stick by Brown. Mark Brown, sophomore out of Germantown, Tennessee.
Ron, they pulled the guard. Now, that goes back to what I said earlier in the game about Auburn. You got a 2-yard play and not a lead back. They're going to pull the offensive guard right here, the pull, and that's where he came in the back door. Mark Brown made the hit.
When you consider Tofield weighs 225, that is a heck of a stick. Donnie Jones to punt. 5th time tonight, his longest 47. Clifton Robinson, the deep man for Auburn. Flag is down. That's a signal for.
I think this is going to be another 6-man on the line of scrimmage again, because.
Would you make him kick it again?
It's a pretty good field position where you got it to 21-yard line. I think I'd take the ball. 6 men on the field, on the line of scrimmage.
Well, we'll get a check on Pate as he leaves the field, the weak side linebacker. Senior from Birmingham, as he was just, that was him trotting to the locker room.
Yeah, he's had the stomach ailment this year and only played about 11 plays in 2.5 quarters in the Wyoming game, 11 plays in the Ole Miss game.
Well, we haven't talked about Rudy Johnson in a long time. He hasn't been on the field, has he?
2 tight ends, it's Rudy time.
Johnson. You know, I know that's Reed when he gets to the line of scrimmage, but his tendency really is almost slanted left guard, and then he takes off
he likes
for the right
to cut
side.
Back. I said this early in the game. I'm impressed with this LSU defense. A lot better than I thought they were on film or tape against Houston. They run to the ball. They got strong defensive line play. They're good in the secondary. And young.
Here comes pressure. Laird. DeAndre Green. Jarvis Green was the man who broke through, number 59, and it looked as though the junior from Donaldsonville might have a shot at sacking him.
Good play by DeAndre Green because he's a freshman, but he comes back to the football. You see him come back to the football because he knows Dan Laird can't get a lot of arm strength on that ball. Heads up play.
Counter tray, Rudy Johnson. Blockers in front. Green tried to stop him, could not get him down, and then number 9, Robert Davis, will knock him out of bounds.
Renzo Diamond also a tight end with a good block. Playing more with 2 tight ends tonight than Heath Evans playing in the ball game, but I see Heath Evans comes into the game.
Play gain 4 yards. 2nd and 6 at the 47.
Two minutes left in this third quarter. Rudy Johnson. That's enough for the first down at the 45.
Ron, when you run a toss sweep, what you want your tailback to do is get on the hip of that fullback and just follow him through. Watch Heath Evans. He's going to lead Rudy Johnson. He gets the block here on Falk, and Rudy Johnson accelerates and picks up the first down.
Mike Pucello also, number 79, out front doing a nice job blocking. 15 carries now for 70 yards for Johnson. Pitch it to him, runs by 2 defenders, turns the corner and heading inside the 40 to around the 37. Robert Davis again. You know, Hookfin got taken out earlier in the game, way early in the ball game. I'm not sure we've seen him since.
No, Robert Davis has been in there. I believe Rudy Johnson's going to petition for Heath Evans to be more in the football game.
Well, if you're going to have a not-so-Secret Service guy with you, he's the one. Now this time it's Moore who just checked into the ball game, a tailback for Auburn.
Ron, the way they have LSU running right now, they've got him running now. The counter or the fullback belly with Heath Evans may sneak somebody through and pick up good yardage because they've ran about 3 or 4 straight toss sweeps. And that gets those linebackers moving. So now play action pass, counter, or Heath Evans on the belly would be a good call.
Johnson to the left side. Nice job at the LSU defense. Only short yardage. Jarvis Green, the junior out of Donaldsonville, got a hand up and tripped him up first. And then Lawrence came in to help out. And that'll be the last play of this third quarter. And folks are beginning to stand and give a standing ovation with that fist in the air for the final quarter, which is heading this way. Let's take a timeout. The end of 3. Auburn 27 and the LSU Tigers 17.
ESPN's 2-Minute Drill, Mondays at 7, hosted by Kenny Mayne.
Suddenly, it seems everyone's offering you e-business solutions. But ask them a simple question, like, have they spent the last 5 years pioneering the business-to-business revolution on the web? And see how they react. Dell knows how e works. Visit Dell.com.
Dell e-Business servers use Intel Pentium 3 Xeon processors.
Chris was like my shadow. She was always there. For 3 years, she'd drive down from her job at Kraft to tutor me. My grades went way up.
For 40 years, the Philip Morris companies, including Kraft, have given to programs like Chicago's Off the Street Club, and our employees have volunteered their time to help make a difference in people's lives.
When she left to have a baby, I told her I hoped she'd have a daughter. She already did a great job helping to raise a son.
Working to make a difference, the people of Philip Morris.
Want to start a family?
Right now?
I just got supplemental insurance.
What's that?
Aflac. Well, if we get sick, our health insurance won't cover things like lost pay or other expenses. This does.
What's it called?
Aflac! I don't know.
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Introducing the new 200 horsepower Chrysler Seabrings. Sedan, convertible, and coupe. They beg to be driven.
The lights at a shot outside the stadium, just over 85,000 strong inside Jordan-Hare Stadium. 27-17 as we start this final 15 minutes of play. This is the 8th play of the drive. It started back on the Auburn 21. Lined up to tailback. That's a new wrinkle. We had not seen that last week against Ole Miss.
I think you're going to see more.
And let's check in on the sideline with Adrian.
Ron, final word on Larry Cashew, who had what looked like a very frightening injury in the third quarter. Good news for himself, his Auburn football family. Mild concussion. Still has some neck pain. He is at the hospital locally. Will probably stay overnight and be released in the morning.
That's great news. Here's the play right here that happened in the third quarter. That's Larry down on the ground as he tried to submarine and caught what we believe was a knee to the headgear. And that's where the injury occurred. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. They really are working hard at getting Carter the football any way they can on the sweeps and the reverses.
Just like Alabama trying to get the ball to Millens at the beginning of the year, I think Tim Carter's becoming the Freddie Millens of this football team.
Well, Carter tonight, 3 rushes for 36. 2 receptions for 5 yards, and on kickoff returns 3 for 139, so 8 touches for 180 yards.
And his presence will make people not double Ronnie Gainers. Ronnie Gainers have one-on-one on the outside here.
Johnson, that's Heath Evans out front blocking.
Heath Evans has had a great football game, Ron. He has blocked this entire football game for Rudy Johnson. Rudy Johnson, this becomes his quarter. It's when Tommy Tuberville talked about Rudy Johnson. He said, fourth quarter's ours. We turn it over to Rudy.
Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Nothing for Johnson inside. And good job defensively. Jarvis Green finishes him off. But it was Jeremy Lawrence, number 56, who fouled up the whole play. Yardage very close at the end of 3 quarters. LSU 45 snaps, 289 yards. And Auburn 52 snaps for 326 yards. You missed it, a thing of beauty. Tim Carter, a 100-yard kickoff return for the Auburn Tigers.
Ronnie Daniels right here, Ron.
Safety valve.
He's doing it all. Ryan Clark with a good hit.
So it's going to be 4th down.
Last week, first 2 ball games of the year, they've had 7 quarterback sneaks for first downs. This might be a little long for a quarterback sneak. They got Heath Evans at fullback, so
you can see where they have to go, the 12.5-yard line. Pitch to Johnson. Nice job defensively. Turns the corner. He's not going to have it. Great job by the LSU defense to string it out. Brady James finally finished him off.
Good job by Brady James, and the LSU defense with a big stop.
So we'll take a break. 13-14 left in our ball game, and the LSU Tigers say, nope, we're not through. We're going to deal some damage right here, and they do on Rudy Johnson.
Aloha, sports fans. You're looking live in the Garage Invitational as Stoney steps to the green.
Swing! Oh, it's a nice swing there, Alice. Yeah, does your husband play? Consolation prize. Thank you so much. I'm going to shoot lefty, guys. But you can't hit right. Oh, this will be funny. Come on, Mrs. Groundskeeper's going to be coming home soon. We got to get out of here. All right. Easy, guys. Give me the club.
Rain delay, Ice House style. Because sometimes all you need is a smooth, never watered down taste of Ice House. Enjoy.
For years, Honda engineers have developed the ultimate in racing technology. Innovations that have brought them manufacturers' championships, the respect of the entire racing world, and of course, groupies. Fortunately, this same technology goes into every Honda we build. Everybody's got a tip. Everybody's got a sure thing. Everybody's got a cousin who works with some guy who swears that this baby is it. What everybody doesn't have is the kind of financial confidence that makes it easy to ignore what everyone else is saying. Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money. Get well connected.
ESPN's presentation of primetime college football is brought to you by Honda, a winning lineup of fine quality automobiles, motorcycles, and power equipment. And by Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money. Get well connected. Downtown Auburn, Alabama, you can see Toomer's Drugstore, the famous drugstore on the corner, and then the grill right by it. That last drive, 12 plays, that's the longest of the night by Auburn, 64 yards, 5 minutes, and they came away with no points. Davis, the tailback, and he gets the handoff. Lincoln is right there.
Ron, a lot of people probably would have taken that field goal. Tommy Tuberville's 5 for 5 on 4th down conversion, so you roll the dice. You can take another shot and figure you're going to go 6 for 6.
Now he's 5 of 6.
Now he's 5 of 6, and he'll think a little bit more about those 4th downs now. Both coaches taking a 4th down play tonight, making it.
2 tight ends in the ball game for the LSU Tigers. The tight end's not as prominent in the offense tonight as they were last week against Houston. Purdy is going to be sacked by McNeil.
Bass making a reputation for himself here, DeMarco McNeil. The coaches talked about last year they wanted to redshirt him, and they did redshirt him. But every week they'd say, you know, we maybe need to think about playing DeMarco, but they held him out, got a redshirt year, and he is making offensive linemen pay this year.
Officially, that's the first sack of Josh Booty tonight. But boy, it's a big one. 3rd down. They're going to take this ball out beyond the 25.5-yard line to get the first down. LSU 4 of 12 in 3rd down conversions tonight. But he didn't get the play off. He did not. Well, they have not whistled it down. They missed it.
He did not get the play off, though. They're going to have
there comes the flag.
Yeah, they're going to have a penalty, but they're going to get a chance.
You know what, Mike, what we talked about last week, and I reiterate, it'd be such a simple thing. Have a horn sound. Just have the game clock stop and have a horn sound. Because it is so noisy in this stadium, I could see where an official could miss that.
Yeah.
Foul was a dead ball, delay of game by the offense.
As I said last week, though, you need a big horn.
That would be easy to do.
A loud horn.
I mean, instead of giving the officials so many things to have to concentrate on, help them out a little bit.
Grab David Housel and give him your idea after the game.
We need to talk to some guys on the rules committees who we need to talk to. Gonna go deep over the middle. Rob Payton was right there.
Good pressure again on Josh Booty. He didn't have a long time to throw that football. Rob Payton should have had that interception. Well covered.
Robinson's the man he wanted, Reggie Robinson. Sixth punt of the night. Donnie Jones, and this is the best kick of the night by the left footer. Robinson all the way back to his 45-yard line. Tries to get back to the open side of the field. Nice job by number 7, Falk. Well, it's time for you viewers to go online and help us select tonight's player of the game. Here's the list of nominees. Rudy Johnson, Ben Laird, Tim Carter, or Josh Booty, Josh Reed, or Dominic Davis. That's the list. Log on to ESPN.com right now and cast your vote. We'll announce the winner late in the fourth quarter.
Going to be a personal foul on LSU on this kick. And Auburn with great field position.
Is going to take the ball all the way down inside the 35, and you see some frustration on the face of the head coach over there because Auburn doesn't need any help the way they have played since the first quarter. Diamond, the tight end, comes off the line of scrimmage, then goes in motion. He's out front as a blocker for Johnson. And Johnson finally pushed out of bounds by Ryan Clark. Adrian, let's check with you.
Take a look at the LSU defense, Ron and Mike. Heads down, hands on hips. Because of the point Mike made a few minutes ago, running side of the field to the side of the field and back and forth all the time, that wears down and fatigues especially the defensive linemen and the linebackers. The defensive backs are used to doing that, but these guys are really fatigued, very tired. With 10 minutes and 57 seconds left to go, they still have a long way to go, however.
Keith Evans is the lone setback this time. Keep in mind, Auburn scored both times tonight. They took the ball in LSU territory. A field goal and also a touchdown. This is Johnson. Breaks one tackle, gets by another, and the flag is down at the 18. Now here's another flag as he is inside the 10.
That's what you want your tight ends to look like. 6'6", 254, and can run.
Down is holding by the offense. 5-yard face mask by the defense. These offset. 7 down.
Rains it pours on LSU. Here's the fake by Ben Laird. Robert Johnson blocked and released in the flat. Shows you what a good athlete he is. Stopped on a dime. Strong, bullish runner. Trev Falk on the tackle.
Well, it's going to be offsetting penalties, so it'll still be second down. We'll take it back to the 30-yard line. See, Falk had a hold of the face mask, and he said that was the 5-yard version. And holding against Auburn. Johnson, boy, not much there. They brought the linebacker, all kind of penetration. Jeremy Lawrence is the man who messed it up, and he will get credit for the tackle.
Again, Trev Falk in there also, too, to stop the counter play. They took Robert Johnson in motion and brought him back as a lead blocker, but LSU stopping the outside plays a little bit better on this series.
As you can see, Falk, a very emotional guy, and talking it up to his defense, steps out to get the defensive call, and he better hurry because Auburn is at the line of scrimmage. LSU not lined up yet.
Thinking he's going to hit the blitz. He brings Johnson back in. Ron, that was a well-thrown ball, and it should be a first down. It's very close.
Gain of 14 on the play.
This is an Auburn team now that has a collection of very good wide receivers. Marcel Willis, who's 6'1", goes against Robert Davis, 5'10", and makes that catch for the first down. But you got DeAndre Green, Reggie Worthy, Clifton Robinson, Ronnie Daniels, and 2 very good tight ends. So good targets for Ben Laird.
Johnson with Evans blocking. Got the key block, and he is going to be close to 9 yards on this play.
Averaged 9.1 yards in the fourth quarter. Picking up where he has left off against Wyoming and Ole Miss. Just wears you down.
I hope Rudy Johnson is buying a dinner from time to time for Heath Evans.
Oh, he should be.
Again, that time, he just
gets on his hip and follows him.
Evans again, but Johnson as penetration inside, and it was Jarvis Green who got across. Jarvis has had a really nice game tonight.
Yeah, I think I'd quit running to Jarvis Green's side. I think I'd say, you know, Jarvis, you're pretty good. I'm going to run to the right side. I'm going to run away from you.
Third down, about 1.5 yards. And Auburn's in no hurry, obviously. We talked about last week's ball game, and it used over 6 minutes to go only 37 yards. Just as long as they keep moving the chain, they don't care how spectacular it looks. Just let that clock continue to roll.
I think I'd run the right side here, Ron, if you're going to run.
Now he sees the blitz. Audible, better hurry. 2 seconds, down to 1. Quarterback sneak, called his own number. And let's see where they spotted it. It is very close.
When you have a center like Ben Nowlin, it's easy to get behind him. 306 pounds.
Ben Nowlin, they say, was the most pleasant surprise in camp. Has just continued to work and get better. And it's been not only a pleasant surprise, he's the guy that has all the coaches talking, has been helping them be so successful.
Well, when Noel Mazzoni said when they arrived here, they think he was a 7th-team center. You got to remember, we talked about Jerry DiNardo leaving some players here. Terry Bowden left some players here, too. Left some very good players.
First down, Auburn Tigers. The line of scrimmage is the 14. Clock running again, and we are under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Auburn would love to make this a 17-point ball game. Johnson blocked out front, goes inside the 10, and he is down close to the 6-yard line.
See, I'd keep running that side. Vasillo, the right guard, Colin Sears, the right tackle. I'd stay over on that right side, stay away from Jarvis Green. Get more yards over there. Now what Adrian talked about, you get a defense that's wore down a little bit here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Tim Carter just checked into the lineup, so watch him.
And you can break the will of a team easier running the football right at him than throwing the ball.
There's Tim Carter. Rudy Johnson the other direction. Stiff arm, but he is caught from behind. And guess who? Jarvis Green. Jarvis, buddy, you deserve a pat on the back tonight. You have been everywhere.
Jarvis Green, 15 career sacks, was a freshman All-American, and say it again, if I was Auburn, I'd stay away from Jarvis. 6'3", 259.
Construction management, his major. Third down, Auburn needs to take it to the 3-yard line to keep this one going. Rudy Johnson, left side, puts a head down. He had to make sure he secured the football, as Lionel Thomas is the man who sent him backwards. And now, do you kick the field goal here, Mike, for the 4th and 2?
I would. I'd go up another 3, but I'd repeat what I said before. I'd still run the right side. I wouldn't come over that left side. There's not much yardage over there. They're going to go for it. They're going to roll those dice again on 4th and 2. Long one, yeah. Quarterback sneak again. Nope, he's going to check out here.
Quarterback sneak, and I don't think he got it. Jarvis Green will get credit for another tackle.
He goes the well too much. They're LSU knows that quarterback sneak's coming and makes the play. Good defensive surge by LSU.
All right, now keep this in mind. Should LSU come back and make a game of this in the last 5:20, they used over 5 minutes on that drive, no points. 5 minutes on the last drive, no points. So that's 10 minutes and 33 seconds with nothing to show. We'll be right back.
Come to work each day, and I just automatically know that my gas is there, and that's one area I don't have to worry about. In my baking, I get a better product. It gives me what I'm looking for. With a chef, that is very important. So many recipes or whatever call for high heat, medium, and low. I couldn't even imagine coming in and not having gas, the natural gas to work with.
Every 9 seconds, a baby is born. Every 14 seconds, a couple marries. Every 30 seconds, someone chooses Broyhill furniture. Why? There are over 2,000 reasons. Broyhill, America's favorite furniture.
Check Chambers and save.
Chambers Furniture, Troy Highway.
Last year, Illinois upset Michigan in the Big House. This year, the Wolverines hunger for revenge. Michigan versus Illinois at 7:30 next Saturday on ESPN.
You can express your opinion about the environment on your car. Or you can do it with your car. It's America's first gasoline-electric hybrid. The Insight from Honda. The most fuel-efficient car in the world.
Auburn Tigers with a 10-point lead. And take a look at this on 4th down conversions. Sometimes you live with the sword. Sometimes you die with the sword. 1 of 3 tonight. Now they got a 10-point lead and not a lot of time left.
And the one thing about taking a shot down here, Ron, you're still leaving the ball on the 4-yard line. So not like you're back on your own 20.
Bowie almost picked off. Boy, that is two. Rob Pink could have had 2 pickoffs tonight. Very, very close. Well, after the game, it's College Football Tonight scoreboard. Join Linda Cohn and John Anderson for Sports Center.
LSU needs a big play. Josh Reed has been the big play receiver tonight.
Yeah, Josh has got 167 yards and 8 receptions. Goody's numbers 12 of 22, 202 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Putting him against Robinson, number 5.
That's Reggie Robinson. Got it complete.
That's a good long throw by Josh Booty. Good out throw, shows the strength of his arm.
13 yards, and also give credit to the offensive line with a good job
of protection,
holding the rush out and giving him time. about to go into 5 minutes left in our ball game. LSU trying to cut this down to a 3-point lead on this drive. They're going to have a quick effort. Zings it incomplete. Not sure who that one was intended for. We got a late flag coming in.
Real late. They call Rodney Creighton, I believe, on a push. Rodney Creighton has had 2 knee surgeries. Intercepted a pass against Ole Miss. Big interception last week in that football game we had. There's a lot of time in this ball game. I don't know. Terrell Myers, number 3, the intended receiver. Let's see.
Yeah, he locked him up there. So now the ball resting out close to the 32-yard line. Booty got it again, although they can say incomplete.
Talk about playing a pattern right. Rodney Creighton was sitting on the out. Now, he might have got a penalty in the play before, but he was sitting right on this route.
Not easy to intimidate him.
No, he said, I'm going to intercept this football. Number 10, Rodney Creighton, just sits on the route. Look at him right there with great position.
Blitz, they pick it up. Lincoln goes to the ground, and he just throws it very, very long. And it is before you say it,
I think they made him mad.
You told Auburn, quit running toward Jarvis Green. My message is stop throwing toward Rodney Creighton.
Yeah, go the other way. Rodney Creighton got a penalty 2 plays ago. He said, sat on a route, and he said, I'm going to intercept this one. That's why he's one of the SEC's best at the corner position.
Now 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game. So 2 straight games where Creighton has interceptions. And this sounds to me like it's Rudy time. Johnson got as much as he could. Jarvis Green along with Thomas on the stop.
Josh Booty trying to hit the home run. Jimbo Fisher having a conversation with him.
Well, they fake it to Johnson. Laird's pass is almost intercepted. Clark couldn't hold on, but he did a great job of the read, and Ben Laird kind of lofted that thing without a lot of mustard on it.
He almost lost his interception streak on that play. Threw across his body again. Couldn't get anything on the football. Gets pressure by Kendrick Allen. Very fortunate.
Very, very late on that throw. You see the tight end broke open, and it was about 3 more counts before he got it to it. Stops the clock, 3 minutes, 52 seconds to play. 3rd down for Auburn. They need to take it out to their own 35 to keep this drive going.
Delay a game.
They did ball, delay of game by the offense, penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot, still 3rd down.
Tomorrow on the ESPN Classic, it's a tribute to quarterback Dan Marino at 2 Eastern. From his days as a Pitt Panther to all of his great moments with the Dolphins. Relive the games, the record-setting performances of a future Hall of Famer. And for more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com. Laird from the shotgun gets this one out quickly to Daniels, and he'll take it to the 30.
LSU is going to use a timeout, Ron. Give them 2 left. Use this clock a little bit more.
So we'll take the break with them. 3 minutes, 44 seconds remaining. Auburn by 10.
I told you this would work. Good call, Dave. Excellent venue. Who do you think's getting married anywhere?
Guys, someone's coming.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? Are you here with the bride or the groom?
The groom.
Bride. Nice to meet you.
Guys, I think they're on to us.
Hey, I think they're onto us.
Having one on the house? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Excuse me, number 8 bus go here. About number 9.
What are you looking at?
Dry cleaners wouldn't take a check again, now you know.
Use Visa Check Card. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted. So you can get what you need and get on with life.
191 RBIs, 191 RBIs, 191 RBIs, 191 RBIs,
ESPN's 2-Minute Drill, Mondays at 7.
Later on SportsCenter, drama and controversy in a thrilling finish in Knoxville. UCLA trying to make another Pac-10 statement in the Rose Bowl, and the U.S. shoots for more gold in Sydney. Join me, Linda Cohn, along with John Anderson for SportsCenter at 11 Eastern.
Auburn 27-17, just under 4 minutes to play. Mike and I were just talking during the timeout. We got to see Rohan Davey for 1 series, but it was a tough time to come in, and it was a very, very quick thing. Then he was gone. 0 for 1.
And I know the coaches want to get him in more. Josh Booty played well, I thought, tonight. Couple picks.
Spiral is not going to turn over, but a tough ball to catch. And a little juggling act there by Davis at the last. Good for 30 yards on the kick. By the way, for Rudy Johnson, 28 carries, 100 yards. And he is the first Auburn running back to go for 100 yards plus in 3 straight games since Stephen Davis, and that was in '94.
And Booty stays in the game, Ron, and they need a quick score here, down 10.
LSU Tigers with 2 timeouts remaining. Booty's pass couldn't hold on. Reggie Robinson kind of fought that one a little bit.
Can't throw the ball any better than that. That's a nice skinny post route by Robinson. Ball right on the money, and just couldn't hold on. Still try to get the ball to Reed. He's had a career night.
Well, he has 8 catches for 167 and 2 touchdowns. See the pressure on the outside. They double again. Now Booty's going to have to run for it and just throws it away.
They never got set, Ron. He was in Never Land there, where you decide whether you want to run or throw the ball. Never really got his feet set to throw the football.
So that stopped the clock with 3:17.
Has shown a good arm. Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator, will go back and look at these tapes. And again, he's still trying to figure a way to play two quarterbacks.
Booty is 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter for 12 yards and 1 interception. That one tipped at the line of scrimmage. And it was Mark Brown, the young man who had that tough hit.
Now, he's played well tonight. Mark Brown, he has been a force in the Auburn defense. Down to one play here for the LSU offense. You know, they had so much momentum in the first quarter. They were rolling. They just seemed to slip away.
Booty had to change his mind because he could see coming up Torber with the pressure, but he also could see Robinson was coming up, had been playing off the ball, and he would have picked that one off.
And Ron, give credit to John Lovett, the defensive coordinator. Falls behind 10-0, makes some adjustments, and really has played very good defense in the second half.
So we'll take a break as Auburn takes over the football. 3:05 left in this one. The Auburn Tigers that length of time from going 3-0.
For years, Honda engineers have developed the ultimate in racing technology. Innovations that have brought them manufacturers' championships, the respect of the entire racing world, and of course, groupies.
Go where you wanna go.
Introducing Goodyear's new and improved Aqua Tread 3. At highway speeds in a downpour, a set of Aqua Tread 3 tires pumps away over 6 gallons of water per second for outstanding wet traction. That's serious technology. Freedom from worry. The all-new 80,000-mile wet traction, dry traction Aqua Tread 3.
Serious freedom.
Only from Goodyear.
Goodyear, Goodyear.
How come Sonic Burgers taste so much better? It's how we build them. No heat lamps here. We make them when you order, with only the toppings you love. And wait until the very last second to add the burger patty. Because heat rises. Everybody should know that. But the truth is, only Sonic builds them that way. So when you're hungry for a better burger, you'll love the way we do things.
Here's Sonic Burger with mustard and extra pickles.
Sonic America's driving.
So welcome back. 3:05 remaining in the ball game, and LSU goes for the fourth down, unsuccessful. The Auburn Tigers just need to run that 185 seconds off the clock, and they will have a 3-0 record. Johnson spins off the tackle of Green.
Booty Johnson picks up 1 yard.
But then Lawrence comes up to make the hit, number 56. LSU calls one of their 2 remaining timeouts. They'll stop the clock at 2:51, and we'll be right back.
For a little privacy. Which is why I use the American Express card. With private payments, I get the security of a unique number created for each purchase I make. It's just one of the ways American Express helps me protect my identity online. And soon they'll even help me surf the net anonymously, giving me the recognition I'm looking for. None. American Express. Don't leave home pages without it.
Ten-point lead for the Auburn Tigers. Nick Saban has 1 more timeout remaining. Well, it got cool tonight. Not that cold.
Earmuffs.
No. He's listening to the Auburn broadcast as he sits here in the stadium. Jim Fife, he does an outstanding job. Really nice gentleman. Been a long-time friend. Johnson.
Number 32, Rudy Johnson, number 10.
And it looks like
Number 56, Jeremy Lawrence. 5 outs, LSU.
timeout LSU. They have none left. So the voting is complete. Tonight's Visa Player of the Game is selected by the fans at home on ESPN.com is Rudy Johnson. 29 rushes, 101 yards. And 25% of the votes.
A good choice by the fans, but not my choice.
Who would yours be?
Not my choice.
Who?
Number 2. He broke this football game wide open.
No question. And you cannot.
Right here, right there. Tim Carter, number 2. That kickoff return was the big change in this football game.
LSU had momentum, and they were about to come out and make something happen in this football game, and that just absolutely staggered them.
Yeah, 3-point game, and I'm not talking about just one play. He ran a couple little wingback reverses for big yardage. Made a couple
up at tailback.
Ran a play at tailback. He is a force to be reckoned with in this SEC.
He is the man at the top of the screen. Actually, the inside man.
Right here. 2.
Johnson. Look at Evans in front of him. He just pushed out of bounds. That's what happens when 2 guys now get 3 games into the season. Yeah. Evans looking behind him, wanting to make sure he felt where the tailback was, and then accelerating for the block.
And those 25% that voted with a computer, they said, hey, there's our guy, Rudy. Look at number 44, Heath Evans, gets in the way of 2 defensive players for LSU, and big yardage for Rudy. He's going to increase that 9-yard average in this 4th quarter.
Johnson to the left side. Inside the 5-yard line, Lionel Thomas had to save 6.
Ron, he is a true hero here at Auburn. Walking around the business section, they've got Rudy all over their windows. Run, Rudy, run. 56 yards in the 4th quarter.
Well, that's what happens. We talked about earlier in the ball game. Mike made the point that the coaches said he runs so much stronger in the 4th quarter. So this is 3 straight games. It has been that way. Gets it again. And boy, this time LSU is ready. Howard Green, the first man to come through and make the hit, and then cousin Jarvis is right there to help finish him off.
One of the Greens got him.
I tell you, the Green boys have been difficult to handle this evening.
But I agree with you, Heath Evans. Rudy Johnson ought to take Heath Evans out for a meal, or if they eat in the cafeteria, he ought to carry his tray for him, because Heath Evans is a big part of Rudy's success in that offensive line. Ben Laird, pretty good game by Ben Laird tonight. Made some
settled down. The first quarter was not pretty, was it?
Made some critical passing completions. I tell you, this Falk does not give up. He's one of the better linebackers I've seen play in college football. Trev Falk, number 7.
Under 1 minute left in our ball game. And the Auburn Tigers with a 4th down. Rudy Johnson stung at the line of scrimmage, bounces off the first down. Boy, Falk came in a little late there.
A lot of LSU players Buckeyes are going to see his number tonight. And they're asleep. There they are, the two tandem, Evans and Johnson.
So Johnson now 35 carries, 137 yards.
Auburn is going to be a force in the West. They've proven that in the first 3 ball games.
Defense is getting steadily better, but when you got a running game like they have, and then the weapons on the outside. Johnson, touchdown. With 3 seconds left on the clock.
Ron, I believe they had to run that play with 26 seconds to go. They had to run one play.
Damon Duvall tries to make it a 17-point Auburn Tiger lead. And he does. And while we have a second, let's check in again on the sideline with Adrian.
Well, Ron, within minutes, one of the great college football traditions in the South is going to take place again. It started back in 1896. It's called Rolling the Magnolia. Up on Timmons Corner, I decided to beat the rush. Now, when adding to the TP that began to accumulate after the victories over Wyoming and last week over Ole Miss, a couple things you need to remember. Number one, this is not rocket science. We don't have to overanalyze. Number two, get a good grip, but don't squeeze the Charmin. Now you're set. Line up. Take the snap. Fall back, avoid the rush, and follow through. Nice tight spiral, but can you say torn rotator cuff?
Suspenders holding you back.
Well, look at this. This is a live shot out across from the drugstore, and they're getting ready to throw. Adrian, just one question for you. Was that 2-ply?
Definitely 2-ply. You get a tighter spiral.
That's I thought as much. Of course, the clock does not run during an extra point attempt, so still 3 seconds up there, and LSU will get to touch it one more time on this kick return. Recovered by LSU, and the clock has run out.
Ohio State looking more and more like...
Next Saturday will be in Big Ten country as the third-ranked Michigan takes on Illinois. For Mike Gottfried and Adrian Karsten, I'm Ron Franklin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet. Good night, everybody.